I'm not even gonna. No, I'm not even gonna say hi to everyone because everyone knows that. You know what? I'm not even gonna say hi. I'm just gonna.
Do you want to give me the link to the game before you start?
Oh yeah, that's also. Well, I should also start the game. That also probably could be useful. I'm still rendering the thumbnail from the video, by the way,
Oh yeah.
because for some reason it takes 3 hours to render. No idea
Oh,
why.
wow.
I've absolutely no idea why. It should take like 3 minutes tops.
Huh.
Was the game lagging because of it? Don't tell me. Oh, it's struggling. Well, I'm gonna start the server first. Continue offline. What do you mean continue offline? No, don't continue offline. Okay. So, I've already run into some technical difficulties. My satisfactory thinks I'm offline.
Oh.
And it just crashed. Well, that certainly seems like a pickle.
It's unsatisfactory.
Unsatisfactory. The title of today's live stream, by the way, is "These trains are gaining traction." So, because by the way, we're really close to trains too.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, when I
Yeah.
say really, I do mean really. The only thing standing between us and trains is just steel beams.
Nice.
We just need.
And then I have the mini factory going, so.
Yeah, we'll need to just turn every single coal deposit we have access to. That's not in our little coal energy village into satisfactory. Not into a satisfactory, only into beams. Okay, I think I'm ready. 2 minutes in.
Okay.
Also, ping people on my server. I should.
And give me that session ID.
And give you the session ID. Alright. Agree and proceed. There we go. Now it's not lagging. Continue. You are currently not signed in, not unable to create. Am I? Oh, I think. Oh, if that's the way the game is made. No, it crashed again.
Oh no.
Wait, why? Hold on. I'm in Copenhagen. Should be no problems. I don't understand. Satisfactory. Never happened. That's what I get for starting. For actually waiting on the Discord. We live in Matrix. We live in a Matrix, and basically, they weren't expecting me to actually wait this time. They weren't ready for it. So now everything is crumbling down. There we go. I'm connected. Continue. It worked this time? Oh yeah, I should have... Okay, so I just had to wait a couple of seconds before going the game. Alright, multiplayer settings, session settings, copy to clipboard. No, this time I'm gonna post on the Patreon.
Okay.
There we
That
go.
works too. I was actually in the other chat, just in case.
The first person you tell me you were actually ready for me to send it.
I was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well then, let's send in the complete... Hi the people, by the way. Oh yeah, in the meantime, while you're joining, I'm just gonna try checkups at streams at MP charity streams.
I'm gonna start streaming too.
Twitch. It is Soulmate Sunday, yeah. / charity checkups / Is this the right link? I tapped it from memory. It is the Satisfactory Soulmate Sunday. Still streaming, actually. Still streaming strictly. Alright, there we go. Are you streaming too?
I'm streaming. Yeah, I'm streaming.
Heck yeah. Alright. So first, I'm gonna start by getting you Blade Runners.
Awesome.
Which means you'll finally be able to run faster, jump higher. And also, I would really recommend jumping with C and then jump. So hold C and press space. Because then you can really get a large jump. Especially with Blade Runners. Well then, Hi there, Feeble. How are you doing? I suppose we should start with. You know what? This feels way more awkward because normally this is the portion of the live stream where I ask you, Tefta, how are you doing? But I already know how are you doing. You already went through the introduction phase before the live stream. This is awkward. I don't like it. We should
Super. I was gonna say something, but I wanted to. Yeah, it was just an awkward silence.
I'm really glad you're doing well, Feeble. Ouch, toxic gas. How about y'all? I am also doing really well. Actually, oh, that's a spider. Whoops. That's a big spider. Tefta, I'm risking my life for your Blade Runners.
Thank you. I'm trying to pick up my crate. Okay.
I'm doing really, really well. In fact, can I get some credits for uploading a weekly upload? Weekly, may I mention? Weekly. You know how hard it is? It's quite difficult. Okay.
That's awesome. I actually got my chainsaw back. I got my original items back finally.
Okay.
When this started.
Oh yeah, it surprised me a bit. Well, I think people get used to it because I'm on the weekly uploads from now on. I'm really hoping it's gonna work out. I got demonetized today for a second because YouTube.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Yeah, because I basically didn't verify my identity for YouTube, and it turns out after like 2 or 3 months, I think it was, since the quantum mechanics, so after a month or a month and a half, they basically take away your, like monetize if you don't verify.
Okay.
So I had to really quickly, whilst panicking, verify myself. It was terrifying, but I managed.
I'm glad. So you didn't miss out on too much money.
Yeah, it's so far on the first day, it usually my videos give me like $2 maybe. So yes, okay, it's not crazy lot.
That's still cool.
That's still a bit. Rome wasn't built in a day.
So we have 300 steel beams.
300.
And counting.
Oh yeah, so we will need around, in order to get trains and all the things for trains, all the research for trains, all the infrastructure for trains, we will need thousands. Reaching into tens of thousands. I just get myself stuck.
But we at least have some to start with.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can upgrade the conveyor belts, right?
Yeah, to Mark 3.
We're just skipping Mark 2.
Honestly, I have no idea why Mark 2 even exists. It's so annoying to get Mark 2 because they require reinforced iron plates. In order to get reinforced iron plates, you need screws, you need plates. So you basically need iron, you need to turn to ingots, you need to turn to rods, plates, rods into screws, and then combine screws with plates.
Oh.
It's so many steps. For steel beams, you just take coal and iron, ingots, and then beams. So yeah, it's much faster.
Dang, my stairway to heaven is pretty hilarious.
Yeah, I know. It's massive. Your stairway is so massive. All right,
What was even that for?
I
can't recall.
Wait, which one actually? Wait, hold on. There's more than one stairway to heaven. I just remembered.
Yeah, it's the one where we were at by the water area. You went up the mountain to get some resources.
That was because you just got bored. You got bored while walking, so you just decided to build your way up because it would be quicker, and then ran out of materials like meters away.
What were you doing up there, anyways?
Collecting quartz, the Blade Runners.
Oh, quartz.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wait, where? How do I? Hold on. Are you up a mountain?
Do they make you jump higher?
Yes, they do.
What?
Did you just make these hogs full of mountain?
What?
Oh wait, that wasn't you. What was that then?
What was what?
You'd have to see. Oh, you'd have to
I'm
see it
over
on the
there.
clip. Oh yeah,
I'm
you
by
are over
you.
there. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So basically, a hog just fell down this mountain,
Oh yeah.
and it fell
Yeah.
right on me. Anyhow, this is for you. Hi there, guy.
Awesome.
Welcome to the live stream. And now you just put it on, and then C space, hold C, and then jump with space, and you can see how far you can see to slide, and then so
Okay.
yeah, and then you can just make these absolutely ridiculous jumps in
Oh,
cars.
sweet.
Yeah, Blade Runners are cool.
So, do they take electricity or something?
Nope, you just build them, and there we go. We just have Blade Runners
That
forever.
is
I
that.
know,
This
right?
makes it so much better.
Yeah, it does. Jetpacks require
Okay.
fuel, but once you actually get jetpacks, making fuel is nothing. You know how
Okay.
right now we're creating basically thousands of different things? You can do the
Yeah.
same thing with fuel. So everything, as far as I'm concerned, every single thing in the game can be automated, which means that no matter what kind of fuel you'd need, you could make it happen.
That's awesome. These are awesome. That we're going. I'm going so fast
They
now.
are so fun. I love Blade Runner so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now
Hey,
the game.
follow, by the way. I stream on YouTube. I stream. I mean, on YouTube, on the main channel. I mostly. I stream on YouTube every single day, just like I stream on Twitch. But for the science channel, these live streams are mainly all about YouTube. For the rest, it's mainly about Twitch. I'm sorry, I was talking about.
So, milestone expand power infrastructure. Is that what we're going for?
Yes,
I can get those.
first power infrastructure to because I wanted to make batteries, and then I completely forgot that you routed the steel beams back for convenience, and I just very inconveniently went to collect it. How's the train thing going? We're actually really close. Here's what we'll need for trains. We will need. Thank you, Manguk, for the follow. For the trains, we will need a space elevator stage.
Okay. And so we need to automate those magical.
Yeah, so
things
first
that we were doing
smart
earlier.
plates are easy. Relatively
I refuse to
easy.
memorize the term.
Know what? I respect that. Oh, our
Okay, I gave the
factory
HUD.
is such a massive mess. I mean, wow. So the steel beams are... Wait, hold on. Where now? They're coming...
They're right by.
Oh,
It's
they're
the
right,
end.
that's
of
where
the
they are.
stair-
Okay, they're on the edge.
Yeah.
What's this game
It
about?
goes on the.
It's about making a factory and a mess, but a beautiful mess. You know what? It's like it's
I already-
beautiful.
I already put the 100 in there, by the way.
Oh, you did. Okay, well then.
We're just looking for the square
I,
things. We
I
need
have
100 of this.
modular frames. So yeah, I have 100. There we go. Send. Right now, we could unlock something else for convenience, like for example, logistics. Oh yeah, I'm gonna unlock logistics Mark III. Okay, so we have basically two things to do. One person should unlock logistics Mark III and get our steel production up, and the other should the other should do the space elevator. Looks complicated. I mean, by definition, I suppose it is complicated, but it's not tough. It just it doesn't look
Well, the
complicated.
space elevator seems too complicated to me. I can do the other one.
All right, so
Unless-
I mean, space elevator only needs steel at this point, practically only steel. So what I need you to do is just first unlock. Actually, you know what? The first one we can do both because it will help us both, which means unlock the logistics Mark III or logistics Mark II. Yeah, logistics Mark
And that's
III.
the main hub.
That's
Main hub.
Yes, and that's would give us conveyor belts, which means actually really cheap. Wow, we just need pipes. Do we have pipes?
No.
Okay, so we need to reroute by part of C. You know what? I'm just gonna switch up the. Actually,
Oh yeah,
no.
we can spend the 200. We have the 200 beams.
Yeah, and 500 concrete is also nothing. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna upgrade logistics to get the Mark III conveyor belts to speed up everything, and then I'll need you to get us like 10 every single coal deposit you can find in the south and east into every single one into steel.
Quartz, you said, or what? Steel, right?
Yes. Everything
so
you can into steel.
Iron,
because then iron and coal.
iron and coal. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because so far
Make some more.
steel is the new iron basically, and it's the basis material for every single thing we'll build from now on.
Okay.
Yeah. So in the
Oh,
southeast, every single coal deposit you can find. How many there are, by the way? It should be much easier with Blade Runners to get around. Did they delete some coal deposits? I remember there being much more. There we go. There's another one. I feel like if you go more east, you should find some more, because I'm pretty certain that's where I got mine last time.
Okay, it's about equidistant, so I can go straight east. Alright, I'm gonna get enough stuff to get there.
I love every single game that gives you a slide mechanic, by the way. It's just so satisfying. It feels right. You know, actually doing Friendly Fridays was an extremely dumb idea. Every Friendly Friday, I was basically stuck between a rock and a hard place with, on one hand, I want to have fun. On the other hand, I have to upload the video in 2 days. Right now,
Yeah.
I'm just so relaxed because, yeah, there are things I have to do, but I have time to do them. I have 6 days to make the next video. That's plenty of time. 8 hours a day, that's the 48 hours. Just crazy lot.
I like Sundays too. It works good for me. Okay, should I get some? Yeah, I got 14 rotors. Where's our rotor machine?
Next to the space elevator.
Okay.
Just, it's like in that container.
Yeah.
And see it? It's next to the assembler.
Oh, there it is. There we go.
How many rotors do you need?
I'm gonna just take 50.
Because I
know I
will
might
probably need 500.
Well, we only have 67 in this thing.
I mean, Jesus did it, so why shouldn't I? Right?
Yeah, turn 1 into 3,000.
I can make it. I was surprised that you uploaded today. Yeah, I mean, from now on, I'm doing weekly uploads. I'm doing daily shorts, daily live streams, weekly uploads. And also, some more, just, it's fun.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm doing my mental status already. I'm fine. Weekly uploads is crazy. Okay, I won't deny that. That is rather okay. In comparison to what I've been doing before, it is crazy. In comparison to what most YouTubers are doing, actually, it is crazy. Because in order to each video like this takes from. Oh, hi there, August. Fish, what are you doing on this live stream?
That's a long way down.
Pardon my voice crack, by the way. I just
How am I even gonna get there?
Watching you on my.
Oh, you know what's funny is that you keep your legs when you respawn.
Yeah,
That's
you
so
keep all of
awesome.
your inventory features. Well, sorry for not moderating you, Twitch, right now. Whoops. Live gaming and walking, what a lie. Oh, good. That would be a great live stream idea. Just live stream moderating fish. What was I doing? My brain is mush. I've been walking for, what, how many hours? 9 or 10 today. Oh, it's nice to finally relax after a long day of walking and just walk some more in Satisfactory. Reinforce iron. These ones. That's what I've been doing. Okay, I have to dismantle that monstrosity and build another monstrosity. Right here, festive. Are these rotters? These should be rotters. These are rotters, festive. So these ones here. And then these ones into. Come on. Go. In there, I swear. Conveyor belt too long.
Oh, missing concrete.
I guess my conveyor really is too long.
I don't know how I'm gonna get all the way down there,
Jump.
but I'll die if I jump.
This
Maybe, maybe not.
sounds
I'm gonna
like
try.
sounds like a skill. You can build in this game. Fortnite build. This isn't connected, is it? Is it only you working on videos? You mean... Oh, on mine? Yes, it is. But don't worry, I don't have a social life, so it's fine. It is only me. Wait, do people really think that more people... I mean, I get where they get... Okay, I kind of get the idea. But no, it is just me. I mean, I have Blender. It's fine. Blender is easy. It's also really quick. As I mentioned, each video takes from... I have a social life.
Oh.
Unless you say hi to me. Oof. And what do you mean, at least? Every single time I watch some of your live streams, there are like 70 people there just saying hi. Don't you try lining this way. Feels like a lot of work for one human. You're not an AI, right? No, my fellow human being. I am a fleshy sack of bones with meat. I am not, in fact, an AI with a model that was generated in order to predict what human voice would sound like. Yeah. 70. I can barely clear 10, lady. Who are you kidding? 10! Right now I have 2! Wow.
Is there anything you can do to increase your health?
Oh, it's satisfactory. Oh, yeah. Well, Oof. You have 6. Do I have 6? That's high. That's really high for my Twitch. I do have 6. Increase your health? No, but you can regenerate by eating nuts. Just like in real life. Nuts.
How do you eat them?
Well, I mean, here, you know what? Let me just give you my nut.
No, because I have these things.
No. It's my pleasure. Let me just give you some of my nuts, and then.
There we go. I found it.
No. Hold on.
No, I got it.
No. Come on. Take these nuts. It's fine.
No.
I mean, no. I insist. Take these nuts.
I have these. Fight the
No,
spider. Give those nuts to the spider that I'm trying to kill. I'm on a quest. I just died twice in the same spot, but I don't see one crate.
You know what? Don't worry. I've beaten Doom Eternal, so that means I am a certified jumpy guy. So I can kill all of your problems away. What? That's a hole. No, that's a hole.
Yeah. See how I died?
I'm fine.
See how easy it was?
Actually, you know what? I was just making an observation that there is a hole because I was just observing the amazing landscape of this beautiful land that's toxic gas. Yum. And there we go. See, the hole is no problem no more. Where's the spider?
The spider is where there's a mineral at the very, very bottom.
Oh, down there.
Yeah.
I don't think
that's where my crate is.
I'm not panicking. I am fine. Oh, I know this place. This is actually a work in progress place. There is alien ore at the bottom. And
yeah, there's crazy spiders.
I suppose for everyone, I should say arachnophobia warning, I guess. I'm about to go, listen, I'm about to go fight a spider. I feel like y'all can...
Where did you go? Oh,
I'm just slowly
drop it
making
down.
my way down.
Nice. It's
That
smart.
pit doesn't seem very resource gathering friendly. No, I take all of my best ingredients from the pit. Alright. Let's kill the spider. We don't have a gun yet.
Close.
Last time I've beaten a spider like this, I had... Oh, you look awful. They also jump, because of course they do. Suck it! Suck it! Suck it! Oh, why did I jump right into the thing? Suck it! Oh, get dodged. The power of the nut! Therefore, I'm distracting them.
Yeah.
I'm
Here, I can
trying
get
to
my
lead them
stuff.
away. Pick up your items. Come on!
Ah,
Well, tango friend!
try them.
Try me! You fool! Oh, what happened? No, don't. Oh, it was enough of time to glitch. I
Yeah.
don't fear you, Motu. Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm using the chainsaw.
Chase me, you there. Oh, there's more spiders. Chase me if you dare. You mortals have no power over my domain. Get back here. Okay, I actually don't have a. Oh, sure, stay back.
You can't use solid fuel. You have to use biomass.
Yeah, you have to use the... No, damn it. I've gotten myself into quite a predicament. It's fine though, I don't have to worry about the thing, because every little thing is gonna be alright.
Gonna be
build
alright.
my way... Fortnite build my way up. And some might say that I'm making a mess, but you know what I say to them? It works. Do you have any weaponry? I will. Really soon, we will get... Actually, I'm pretty certain... Wait, hold on. We could actually probably get some guns already.
Yeah, I think you were saying that last time.
Yeah, but I wanted trains. I mean, guns are cool and all, but I want trains. Okay. Great. Now what? Now there. I'm
Hey.
so glad that I'm just carrying around
Yeah,
kilotons of concrete in my inventory, by the way. Can you craft an AK? You can craft a rifle, which is... you can craft an AR. What does AK even stand for, actually?
Oh, there's lots of.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them. Wait, what does AK stand for? You have AR, automatic rifle. AK, automatic...
Rifle. Automatic knife. That's what it stands
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
for. Hey,
Automatic Kalash...
Stay away
Oh,
from me.
Kalashnikov. That actually makes sense. I don't know. I mostly just use knives. Oh, there we go, by the way.
Thank
I
you.
think we've solved that. Let me pick up even more kilotons of concrete. I just love the fact that you can carry around a whole factory worth of concrete in your pocket. And canonically, it even makes sense
Stop it.
physically, from physical perspective. It's a pocket dimension. Well, relatively. It's sci-fi, but it works.
this area. This is why we need guns. I'm tired of dying.
You know what?
Because
I hear you. Let's do it. Let's get some guns. 4 guns we need. It was one of those. I don't remember which one.
Here. We can do the other thing. I was just. That was the only reason why I think guns are cool, because we have a mode of transportation, and we have tasers.
The 2 things you need.
Yeah. Now I can finally try to get some coal.
The 2 pillars of human civilization.
But I think I actually need concrete. Oh, I have 500. Never mind. Yeah.
Hold on. This
Not gonna go down the crevice.
It sounds so menacing. It's not a crevice.
Crevasse.
It's the crevice. No.
Why does my keyboard do that? Oh no! Why did I do that again? Don't die. It's close.
I mean,
Oh,
God,
I like this game, Make It. Thank you for inviting me.
That sounds like I paid you to say that.
No, I'm just saying. This is fun.
Wow, Wicked, thank you for buying me this game. Thank you for inviting me. I like it. By the way, you should donate on Patreon.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I didn't say that part. You said it. See, I guess I lined it up to bat for you.
So that you sound like a pages say that. Product is amazing and you should buy it. I love my generic product description. I use it every day for input a problem. Do we have any routers, by the way? Oh no, we don't. Why would we? Oh yes, we do.
Yeah, we should have 67.
I feel like we should increase our router production at least a bit, because it's gonna take a while. Yeah, the space elevator will be our bottleneck for trains.
Okay.
Not a big one.
I'm just gonna try to get as much steel as
Not a
possible.
large one. Yeah, I mean, the more steel we get, the easier it will be to get the space elevator. Hold on, what this? Yeah, okay. How's the video doing? Oh yeah, by the way, another thing which I should mention for people who are new to the live streams, another reason why I stream right after uploading the video, I always give people some time to actually watch the video and not, so they won't have to choose between watching the video and watching the live stream. But one of the reasons why I stream right after the video is that I need a distraction, because every single time I just check the stats, recheck them over and over, and it's actually taking a pretty serious toll on my mental health. Speaking of, how's my video doing? Let me check. Just a quick peek. I'm just curious. Out of curiosity, nothing else. I'm gonna craft a lot of items now, so I might as well. A third place. So it's the worst video I've uploaded in the past 2 months. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, that's precisely what I meant about my mental health. That was cool.
What the heck? Now there's a thing throwing fire at me? That's crazy.
What's another thing I wanted? Oh yeah, another thing is research. Quartz, I'm pretty certain. This one can't afford. I can very much afford this because I'm rich.
I hate that feeling though, that where you watch something that you put out and then I swear it does worse just because you're watching it.
No, in my case it does worse just because it's not performing well. So it's okay. So it's the worst video I've uploaded in the past 2 months. Good. Great. All right. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's not even close actually. Both basic math and electric vs electronic had over 200 had almost 250 views at this point. New one has 50. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, well,
100.
that's enough for that's enough of that. For
Ooh,
now.
I found a blue power slug.
Yeah. So they allow us to speed up factories, all different kinds. 150.
Is there like debris? It looks like
Yes, there are debris. You can open them too, and you can get a disk drive from them. Do you think it could be because of the recent demonetization? I don't think so. YouTube doesn't really work that way. Like, YouTube doesn't work from the perspective of creators. It works from the perspective of the viewer. So even if some sort of channel gets demonetized and other things, as long as people still care about this channel, then YouTube will still keep on recommending them. Addition quantum mechanics really blew up. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I've been there. It was crazy when it blew up. I remember when I first uploaded the video, the next day I was like, well, no, wait, it took, I think, 3 days. The first 2 days, it had less than 100 views, I think.
ooh.
So the first day, it had around 50 views. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's average. After 2 days, it got 1,000. After 3 days, it got I think, 5,000. And I was like, oh my, that's already the highest viewed video on this channel. And then after a week, it was nearing 100k. It was crazy quick, crazy fast, crazy large. All right.
Okay, so I only found coal. Now I need to find iron ore.
Yeah,
next
coal
to
is,
it.
is the more difficult, more important one. Because iron is everywhere. There's no idea. This one, this one.
Yeah, what is that thing?
If it's debris, as I mentioned, you can open it, and then inside there is a drive.
There's this animal that's firing something weird at me.
Oh yeah. You're nearing
Something
290k.
scary.
It's that video is getting 1,000 views a day. So most of the time, it's still the best performing video on the channel, every single day. Tefta,
Yeah.
I present you with an offering right here, on the ground.
Where?
Here.
What is it?
And this. Oh, where did it go? Yeah.
Ooh, it's a gun. It's a
It's
rebel
a gun.
Oh, that's awesome. And so what does it take? Bolts? Ammo time?
Oh. Okay, I put your ammunition on top of your head. Yeah.
Nice.
So,
nice, nice.
It's a rebar gun that shoots the rebars, and it's I mean, it's a gun.
That's so-
What's really fun is that these rebars, you can craft them from iron rods, so they're basically as cheap as dirt. They cost nothing.
Oh, that's sweet, cool.
I know.
That's super cool.
So they're not the most powerful weapon, but they are still pretty strong, and well, they're close.
Ah, there we go. This game, now that we have the Blade Runners and the gun.
I know. Now, basically, if you're careful enough, you can beat every single opponent in the game. That's what I meant. The game is a bit too easy. Because at this point, we can already beat almost every single thing. And there's still a lot more progress to do. By the way, you don't need to bring the steel back to base. Because if I'm not mistaken, right here... Am I mistaken? Am I right or am I wrong? I'm wrong, apparently.
There's no power anyways to it, so... to run
Oh,
power.
if you go further east, there's a lot of coal there. And I do mean a lot. There's like one grouping with 4 different pieces of coal. And then you don't really need to bring it back all the way, because what we can do is then we can just wait for it to build up all the steel, and then we can bring the steel back, we can make trains, and then we can use trains to bring it back. It will be better.
Okay, so
by the way, you can
so
use
coal,
conveyor
but
belts.
it has to be by steel.
You can make conveyor
By
belts
not
Mark
steel,
3.
but
I should also throw this out there. So if you want to make conveyor belts, if you want to make way faster conveyor belts, then you can.
Okay, conveyor belt Mark 3, so I can just replace it with 3.
Yep.
So we get so now.
Can you have a bomb, nuclear bomb in this game? I'm pretty sure you can, actually. Right next to Tesla there is sulfur, and from sulfur you can make bombs. And I'm pretty certain from bombs and uranium you can make... Well, I think, yeah. Guess what? Alright. Now what we need to do while Stefta is working on steel production, we need to... So while Stefta is working on acquiring the... One of the most important items in game, we need to work on acquiring one of the least useful items in the game, which is the rotor plates. We're just gonna feed it straight into... Oh, can you build an Oppenheimer in this game? That'd be lit. You can. I'm pretty certain there's a disconnected assembler. Yep, it is. So select the recipe. We want this, and we want... Wait, how many? 500? You mad? Times 12.
No, I'm pretty happy.
Okay, you... Okay. first... Okay, first I have to... Alright, so in the top right corner, Tefta, you can see the space elevator requirements, right?
Yeah.
So we need 500 of these the plates, right, which we've already built. So they're not that difficult to make. Then we also need 100 of these weird-looking things, which are relatively simple. And then we need 500 of these triangles, right?
Yeah.
You know how much steel that would be?
1 billion.
6,000 beams.
Oh my goodness. And we've only made 300 so far.
Yeah. It'd be 6, because each one takes 12 beams. Unless I miscounted, maybe each one creates 2 or something. No, yeah, each one... Okay, never mind. It's fine. Only 3,000. It's chill. It's cool. It's cool then. I'm gonna switch this one back to beams. Wait, only one constructor. From one foundry you can... Hold on. Something seems shady. From one foundry you can only make one constructor? Fix damage to fixed property detected. Ah, yes. Okay, so one takes in 45, 45. This one creates 120? Well then. How many of these be making? Well, there I go. No, I don't. I'm pretty certain Blade Runners also mitigate fall damage. Obviously.
Yeah.
Forager.
Only way I
heard of it.
got it over the bomb.
Hold on, so this creates how much? 60. So 2 of these should actually be enough. That's great news. So do remember to optimize steel production, because whilst for others it may not be that crazy important, for steel it is, because we do need a lot. So for example, right here, if we connect together 2 of these miners, do we have any plates, by the way? I would need some.
Plates?
Yep. Oh, thanks. So right now we can basically with Mark 1s bring these right here. Then we can merge them on this line. And then right here we'll have 120 outflowing, so we can replace them with Mark 3.
Okay.
And then
Nice.
Mark 3 can actually handle this much. It will obviously cost steel beams, which,
Oh,
well, it's expensive.
looks like it fell off the edge.
And then instead of one foundry, so we're gonna switch this back to steel beams. Then we're gonna disable this conveyor belt temporarily, build a storage container into which we'll pump this. Each one takes in 60. Okay, yeah, so these are already... So we'll make this so that we basically don't... we want our mining to be the bottleneck. So the amount of material we have to be the bottleneck. And not so right here. We'll
It looks very
this.
cool from my perspective, because I'm on top of the mountain.
Oh, I see you way in the distance. The engine is just incredible. The game, the optimization that went into this is just unbelievable. Okay, I need 3 rotors.
So you got those 2. I'm gonna go get all the coal I can.
Yeah, so
That's just what I'm gonna do.
yeah, so
East.
yes.
Hopefully Where did my coal go?
I'm determined to, like, the main goal of this live stream is to have trains. I need them. I remember the first time I played the game, I wanted trains. And then I got them, and they were so much better than I ever hoped in my. I don't know why. I like trains. I don't know why. I just do. Trains are cool.
I think they sound cool. I'm excited to see them.
They are really cool.
Sweet, almost.
Oh yeah, the rotors are bottlenecked. So I should craft them instead of doing this. Alright. Let's craft some. Screws and the rods. Also, steel beams. And I'll just quickly.
No.
Well. No, my
So
game
there's
is
something
go on.
1,300 meters out east. You said there's more coal.
Was last time I played the game, and oh yeah, no, never mind. Is yeah, there is, but really far away. Well, around a kilometer away.
Yeah,
So-
1,300.
So pretty nice, right? I love it when games just introduce these sort of night skies. Look at this.
Ah,
Let me just murder wildlife for a second. Sucker. Alright, now we can appreciate nature. Look at this! The night sky from Skyrim still breaks my mind. Have you ever seen night sky from Skyrim, Tefta?
no.
It's just a single, most of the time it's just like a single massive planet that takes up half the sky. In Skyrim, it's just, it feels so out of place, it fits in so well. It's one of the most beautiful night skies I've seen in any game. And this one of the galaxy is also neat. Dude, why don't you just do it IRL, silly humans? Would you ever play VR? It's expensive. That's the only reason why I don't do it already. I would love to do VR live streams. It's just it's expensive. I ain't got the money for that.
Yeah.
I have to spend it
Yeah,
on
I-
charity. In okay, also another thing which is Mark 3. Getting Satan closer is pretty. Oh, that sounds like such a human thing to do. Like, get the planet closer just because it looks. That actually sounds powerful.
It probably will happen in the future. It'll be like a modern Super Bowl commercial. We brought
Yeah.
a planet and put a giant screen on the planet to air this
Honestly,
commercial.
I'm all for it.
It sounds cool, actually.
It sounds really cool. Yeah, I mean, no, this planet is so far away. I can't travel that far, and we brought it closer. It's easy solution to a simple problem. Every now and then, my connection is just
You need to hook up-
66 kilobits per second. That's not a lot.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, it glitched me. I was wondering what happened. It just glitched me off of the thing I was on.
Which is weird because it only does it in certain places. Honestly, if I was a smart AI on Earth, which I would just bring the planets and galaxies closer so there is pretty night sky. That sounds like a reasonable goal. I just mostly this. I like the rational animations take on it, where you can basically start space colonizing without even leaving the solar system. Like if humans would leave the solar system, they would send stuff out, and then they could start the station space that way. And then I really like that idea because okay, we need 2 of those. There we go. I really like the idea because I'm trying to think of a sentence I was trying to say, and at the same time trying to fix this factory, which is quite taxing. I'm not that smart. It's difficult. My brain is hurting. These conveyor belts here, then with Mark 1s because we don't want to waste any conveyor belts. We just plug these in. Have you seen rational animations, by the way? And anyone, actually,
No.
anyone. They're very underrated channel. Extremely underrated. They have like each one of their videos getting a couple 100,000 views. Okay, it sounds. Never mind. maybe it's average. Never mind. This, and then steel beam, and then right here pipes 30 per minute. Oh, that would be wasteful. We need 45, right? Yeah, 45. Oh, that's an annoying figure.
So I think I'm building a stairway to hell, I guess. I keep on going down into this fog and there's nothing there yet.
The fog. So menacing.
The altitude changes on this topology are crazy.
Yeah, but they look nice.
Whoa. Is it like the fog start killing you if you go into it?
If it's green, then yes.
Oh.
Hi there, PGR 201, of course. What are you playing? We're playing Satisfactory, a game about making factories and automating stuff. And then automating these factories and then factoring the automations. I completely forgot, by the way, how is our power doing? Because right now I'm about to connect a massive grid. Well, relatively massive. I completely forgot about the fact that our power system hasn't crashed for a while. What about math? I mean, okay, there is plenty of math. It's not interesting or fun kind of math, but there is math. Listen, in order for these factories to be optimal, you need to make sure that okay, everything is flowing. Festive. Fantastic. In order for them to be optimal, you need to make sure that the bottlenecks are in the right place, which means there's just a lot of numbers. It's not a fun kind of math, but there is math. Okay, let's go back to the main factory. Where's the map? I can show you. See this factory right there? You need to make sure that the bottleneck is as far down the line as you can possibly put it, which means that, for example, if you're trying to create smart plates right here, for these you need 2 rotors per minute and 2 reinforced. Was the goal? There is no goal. It's still a work in progress game. It still hasn't released technically. You have 2 rotors and 2 reinforced iron plates, which are making 2 smart platings per minute, which means you need 2 reinforced iron plates, for example, per minute. So we go back to reinforced iron plates, and we need to make sure that we are creating 2 of them per minute, because that's efficient, that's optimal. If we create more, then there won't be consumed. They won't be consumed quick enough. If we create less, then it will slow down the entire production. So we create reinforced iron plates, for which we need 30 iron plates and 60 screws, which means we need to create 30 iron plates per minute and 60 screws per minute. So we go back with plates and we're creating 20 iron plates per minute, which means it's inefficient.
Thank you.
Already great. But right here we're creating screws and we're creating 40 per, we would be creating 40 per minute from 10 rods, except we're dividing rods into 3 from which one creates rods? This one. From this, which creates 15, plus this, which creates 15, which means 30 dividing into 3, which means we get 10 into this screw production, but we care about this screw production. So right here we're getting 40 screws per minute, right here we're getting 20 plates, so right here we get 2/3 of this production, 2/3 of this production, which means even though it's not fully optimal, it's 2/3 of the way there. Tefta, are you streaming right now?
Yeah.
Then the answer is yes, Feeble. Tefta does have a Twitch, and link is not in the description because it's actually, I'm pretty certain that's my.
I just want to give a shout out to Asian Keeps who actually showed up on my stream. Hi, bye.
Hold on, let me just.
From back in the day when I streamed all the time.
Can't see chat.
Ah!
There we go.
These
In case
stupid
anyone,
things.
the type of game you have to learn. It's not really the type of game you have to learn. Just a lot of. If you want to optimize it. There. In case anyone wants to check Tefta out, then right here's the link. Anyhow, what was I doing? Steel beams. That's a good idea. Let's see what kind of research we can do, by the way, too. So right now we're creating. Wait, how many steel beams? Right now we are creating 45 per minute. Actually less, but a tiny little bit. So let's say 40 per minute. Actually, yeah, 40 per minute would be around perfect. So 40 per minute. We need to get 3,000, which means around. Well, considering that we would also use up some of these steel beams on conveyor belts and such. Let's say 100 minutes, which means an hour. It's not and a half. It could be worse, right?
Could be.
Could be worse, yeah. Precisely. Then we'll have this one going right into the space elevator, and this one going right into the space elevator. Alright, so right now we have a system which automatically creates smart plating and versatile frameworks, which means it's time for the last one, which is... I'm missing rotors for the thing. Damn it, rotors are a bottleneck. Did you go over how you feel about Neuralink, about technologies like that? We actually did, but I'm more than happy to repeat myself in this case. When it comes to Neuralink, if it won't become open source, I hate it. If it will become open source, I love it. That's my take. When it comes to the viability of, when it comes to just how far they've gone so far, I don't know. Like wasn't there like a scandal recently where Neuralink killed, where they basically
Yeah, there's so many monkeys died.
Yeah, 15 monkeys.
Yeah. But I mean, that's kind of the point why you put this in monkeys instead of humans, right? But
yeah, on
that
one
was just,
hand,
I didn't read the article. I'm like, yeah, it's just like,
I mean, yeah, on one hand, that's the reason why we put the monkeys, not humans. But on the other hand, if you do animal testing, that means you've gotten to a point when you want to test it in practice, right?
okay.
Which means that once you actually start animal trials, then 15 deaths is really high. Because, like, for open muscle, for example, right? If imagine
Zero
if
deaths, by the way.
yeah, by the way, no way to flex, but open muscle so far scores 0 deaths. So like I'm not saying open muscle is better than Neuralink. I'm just saying.
Just say we have a better.
I'm just saying, look at the statistics, right? But for open muscle, for example, you would start animal testing once you wouldn't start animal testing before the initial pre-animal testing test. So, for example, you wouldn't. So right now, when you test the band, right? You test it on yourself, which is basically which is analog to. No, my brain is really struggling at the moment. For Neuralink, you obviously can't do that. You can't test it on yourself. So instead, what you do is you test it on some sort of specialized equipment. So imagine if you, Tefta, would skip the step of testing it yourself and would go straight to animal testing.
Yeah.
And then 50 monkeys would die. It's crazy. It is still crazy. First, because you first have the theory. If these 50 monkeys die, then that means that people obviously they test on animals because they expect some animals to die. They don't want humans to die, but that's more of a being careful thing than. But
it's brain surgery, right?
Yes.
So that's crazy.
Certainly dangerous. Certainly dangerous. Certainly extremely advanced. The most advanced kind of surgery.
So like, if you had. Yeah, so if I was doing it on the hand of a monkey, like worst case scenario, they would lose their hand. Let's say if I was tapping into the nerves, I doubt there would be any deaths, right? So, but when you're doing something that involves brain surgery, inherently, it's just going to be riskier. So you would expect lots of studies to have 0 animal deaths pertaining to certain parts of the body. But when it has to do with the brain or the heart, I would imagine those two would have high statistics.
But right now there are 2 possibilities. So the first one is they knew that the monkeys would die, or the second one, something happened which they didn't expect, which caused monkeys to die. Neither one of them
they did it on
sounds
purpose.
Great.
Yeah, because if I was going to be testing new metal alloys inside of the biology, especially the brain, like how they get attacked, that's my assumption. So I would purposefully kill monkeys.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't test on monkeys. You would test on the tissue.
Yeah, you would think you would test that on tissue.
You test on because animal cruelty. Well, okay, testing animals is much better than testing on humans, but animal cruelty, it's still a thing. Killing monkeys is better than killing humans. Doesn't mean it's great. And in my opinion, I don't think you can justify, speeding up the progress that way just by killing of monkeys. It may be a relatively major speed
there's
up.
There's an even more extreme. The more extreme is the scientific benefit that happens, in bad situations. Like there have been historical records of people being used as lab rats, which is interesting. But we know some of the stuff that we know now because of that. So it's interesting. It's an area I do not want to operate in because it's beyond me. I don't want to have
I just wanted to reply to Feeling Feeble because apparently there was a guy who got a chip and was able to move a cursor, and Feeling Feeble said that you could also do that with things that aren't inside your head, and I honestly agree. Because if Neuralink, the only thing they will be able to do is like measure the intensity, then that will suck. Because we can already do that with non-invasive methods. And I don't think I even need to get into why non-invasive methods are much better than invasive methods on the brain.
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, that's what I told Elon Musk via my application for Neuralink. I said that you guys should seriously investigate the non-intrusive methods, such as what I'm doing, to get ahead of the problem.
Right, yeah.
If you're actually trying to solve the problem, you'd look at non-invasive as well, because there's so much data you can collect from non-invasive data.
A guy also asked, what do you think about testing on humans like murder or something? And I've got to say that I just want to say one thing clear. This is not a necessary kind of progress. Like, it's not a live or die kind of scenario. No, the Neuralink tech will make our lives better, but it's not necessary. So I don't think we should kill off any beings like that, like carelessly kill of any beings just to achieve this progress. If we are developing
Yeah.
cure for cancer, for example, then if 15 monkeys die whilst developing cure for cancer, it's a different story because you're literally trying to save lives. With
But
Neuralink,
there was a
it's
guy that
different.
was doing a head transplant, right? He actually did this on monkeys too. That because that's what I first thought of when I thought of this. I didn't. I just saw the article headline, but the guy literally was trying to transplant a human head by like 2020. And anyways, he did it for dogs first, and then he went to monkeys.
He
But
did it
that for
successfully?
sure,
That
yeah, he did
sounds
it successfully on a
insane.
dog.
Eh,
Yeah, and then for a monkey as well. They all died, of course. Like,
oh,
but there was
okay.
also a study where they used dogs and they removed all of their blood because this study was really interesting. If you drop the oxygen content to the cell, sometimes it can go in this hibernation mode. So they of the 7 dogs, I think one of them, one, two, or three lived and like had no brain damage, even though for a week they had replaced their
Okay,
blood with
that is
saline
crazy.
solution. So science does some things knowing that, animals will
Yeah,
terminate, but
that's what I mean.
like I understand it's par
Like
of the
they
course.
deaths for science do exist, but only I do believe that no ends the goal justifies the means, but if only if the goals truly justify the means. I don't think
Yeah.
Neuralink is. It's certainly really cool and really great, but it's not that necessary.
What about the head transplant guy? Because see, Neuralink is solving the same problem that guy was trying to solve with head
Oh,
transplants.
apparently,
Because
the guy with the true, but the procedure was considered inhumane, so the doctor was not allowed to try a head surgery. In theory, it works, but that's not how quick crumbles. Too risky. Apparently, that's what happened to the head transplant guy. Was considered. So with the head transplant, well, it's a.
yeah,
I suppose it's a similar.
but yeah, it's a similar problem because you're trying to regain paralysis. So they have paralysis of the body, and Neuralink is there for the human brain interface, right? So you're going to solve paralysis problems, or the specifically what this guy that was supposed to be the guinea pig. He has some kind of muscle degenerative disease, so he can't even move his body. He's a electric engineer, or sorry, a computer programmer actually. He was the person that nominated to be the first head transplant human. So yeah, Neuralink is solving the same problem. So I'm like, well, they had a guy chopping off monkeys' heads and putting them on other ones. So
Yeah, but that
sometimes
was
I don't
also
like the
considered
news
inhumane.
because they sensationalize things, right? So when I hear a story, if I don't do investigation, I'm like, this is just fluff to me until I know the
Yeah, I
facts.
mean, certainly,
And
50 monkeys dead is not the equivalent of the entire project is doomed to fail. But at the same time, to
yeah,
me, it seems careless. I mean,
but
honestly
there's no
terrifying.
context. So what's the context of it? That's what I'm
Yeah,
curious.
but that's the thing. In this case, context doesn't matter. If it, as I mentioned, if it was something like cancer cure research, then yeah, context would matter. If 50 monkeys died for no reason, then that's bad. But if 50 monkeys died to get us closer to a cancer cure, that's good. For
You
Neuralink,
know what's
it's
interesting? There is some cases with cancer where doctors refuse patients to have alternative methods, and that's there's some really interesting stuff
I'm
down
pretty
that
certain Ali
rabbit
went through
hole.
that, didn't she?
Well,
Like,
yeah,
I'm pretty.
there's lots of stuff where the doctors will refuse to let you do that, and like they'll even try to get you like committed because you're a danger to yourself.
Oh
Like
no,
it's
in
there's
Ali's
some
case it
messed up
was
practice.
different. Oh no, never mind. In Ali's case it was different. I'm paraphrasing a bit, but I'm pretty certain one of Ali's doctors was a bitch.
Yeah,
A bit of paraphrase, and I'm pretty certain she did for money reasons. So that was not cool.
yeah.
But
But yeah, no. But news, I don't like sensationalized news,
yeah, about
which is the
yes,
root problem. So when I hear a headline, I'm like,
getting emotional about research. Well, it's bad. The point of research not to be
or
emotional.
baseless opinions.
Yeah,
Like, did you see these numbers? Nope, I didn't see them.
and also,
That
but one
that's why
thing.
YouTubers are nice because they consolidate information into bite-sized chunks. Like if I were to try to seek out the information on my own, it would seem like an uphill battle. kind of like I'm climbing up this giant staircase I made. So that's why I like people that can condense information and actually do the research and that I trust. So that's high value to me. I like independent, but
Everyone tune in into tomorrow's live stream where I'll be researching quantum mechanics. uh, sorry about that. But no, yeah, I suppose in this case I am biased though. I should throw it out there because my main issue with Neuralink is that if it's not open source, then it will create this very awkward and terrifying situation where you either be forced to be, the dumb one of society, let's call it, because you won't have Neuralink, or you will have Neuralink, and in that case you will basically have this pressure to accept the risks, no matter what the risks are. So if the mortality rate would be something like 1%, then everyone will be forced to take that risk because, as I mentioned, you either take the risk or you become basically the least productive member of society, which would basically mean that 1% of people would die. That's why I am extremely biased.
I have a theory with brain-human interfaces. I think we'll not even need invasive surgery because the way that the brain works, you could probably develop a apparatus to put on your back. There's enough nerves on your back to have the input from the computer to the brain be actually pressure sensors on the back. Like you would have to train it, right? Your own brain to use this apparatus, but you don't have to use invasive technologies. That's why the core of my open muscle stuff is to have kind of like a CMOS sensor, but it's pressure actuators and pressure sensors. And I think that will be like the camera for another type of world.
Okay.
Same with the Hall effect sensor camera.
I know.
So these type of systems are easy. I think that it just will take some time.
I know
That's my theory.
I'm extremely childish with what I'm about to say, but I want like a chest. Now I want like a chest piece made out of some sort of, I don't know, bulletproof 3D printable material with sensors on the back, where I would basically have an interface and I could actually use the data from the back to check how I'm controlling basically my entire body. That sounds just cool as heck, if I were to say that. And also, I guess. Actually, wait. Why are we doing it on the brain? The main thing is soft paralysis, right?
One question first, though. How do I retrieve my crate that's in the middle of a fog of green stuff?
Take nuts and
I've
run
died
through
4
it
times.
whilst eating.
Oh.
Or I can get you some better healing stuff. Hi, the Hataka, by the way. And also, what do you mean with open source? Well, here's the thing. Here's my biggest issue with Neuralink. If it's closed source, which basically means if only Neuralink has access to the blueprints and code and whatnot, then we can't really trust it. And I don't know how about y'all, but there is no one on the planet I would trust with my brain.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone should trust anyone else with their brain. It's too risky.
Unless it's absolutely necessary.
I don't even know if there is like an absolute necessity. That's I don't know.
Quadriplegia. No access to any of your limbs. Pretty sure.
Yeah, but on the other hand, when you have your brain, right? The worst thing that could ever happen to you is not death. The worst thing that could ever happen to you is suffering. And the only way to the most efficient way to cause maximum suffering is directly through the brain. Like, you can put a human in a bad situation, but physically it is much easier to just stimulate the neurons instead of putting human in that situation. So basically, when you're letting someone take control over your brain, what you're basically doing is you're giving them the power to either put you in the best situation possible or the worst situation possible.
That's what's interesting about Neuralink, because it's the size of a quarter, and I think it has like 1,000 connections, but each of those connections has like 100 connections. But anyways, it's at a certain period of the brain, and the brain itself cannot experience pain, but it depends on what place of the brain these nodes are attached to, right? So in a sense, if they want it in different parts of the brain, there's going to have to be different holes drilled in your head in the current iteration of the model. And it will actually replace the skull, the machinery. So it would be possible that you wouldn't have the part of your brain that would trigger those things ever be connected to Neuralink.
Okay, I suppose I actually never thought that, and that's actually very reasonable. That made me much calmer. So
So yeah,
okay,
so,
I'm
I
not.
mean
I'm
there are
not.
some safeguards.
Actually, that was actually. I don't think anyone's ever convinced me this quick of something that I was so like rock solid about. But now I'm no longer actually scared of Neuralink. But
Well, because I'm interested because the somatosensory cortex and the motor cortex, they're right next to each other, and that's where you have like the images of the homunculi, the size of the body parts and how big they are, corresponding to how much of the brain tissue is devoted to that body part, or the motor cortex or the somatosensory cortex. But yeah, that part is interesting. So you would definitely want to connect to those. I don't know what is directly adjacent to those, so you might want to research that. But there is that story of the lady that had this electrode in her brain that whenever she pressed the button, it gave her an orgasm, and literally she never stopped pressing the button. Elon Musk talks about this in his Joe Rogan podcast, but it's still hilarious nonetheless. Because it literally happened, and literally she just doesn't stop pressing the button. So you also have the opposite problem, that this thing could induce the maximum amount of pleasure, and you have the same thing as like heroin, because heroin or opiates literally are the pleasure, go to the pleasure receptors. So yeah, you could literally have the same not withdraw, but yeah, post withdrawal symptoms of a drug addiction by having Neuralink as well, by having too much pleasure, and all you would do is sit there mindlessly pressing a button and then having to change your pants regularly, I guess.
cyber drugs.
But
Okay,
yeah,
but
so
cyber drugs
the opposite problem is there.
do
Yeah,
sound kind of cool.
yeah, instant
Yeah,
adrenaline, like cyberpunk. We are getting into that realm.
yeah. I mean,
These are no
I
longer
would
science fiction.
absolutely love to have it like a cyber interface because brain is great, but neurons suck. Neurons are nothing in comparison to transistors. So this way, you're
Yeah,
basically slowly
they're
but surely eliminating the main downside of our brain, the fact that it's made of neurons. But basically, what I will go back quickly to the open source
stop
versus
it.
closed
Oh
source,
my goodness, this stupid thing.
and it's that I will never trust Neuralink unless they make it open source. There is no there is
Get this game.
no
I've literally died 6 times in the same spot.
okay. Let me get you some better healing stuff.
Stupid
I'm gonna
stuff.
I'm gonna research some better healing stuff for you. But basically, oh, we need to kill crabs for it. Well, let's go kill some crabs.
Stupid gas, and it's on the edge.
Alright.
If we can demolish these gas things, I'm going to do
I'm
that
pretty
as a spite
certain
because of my
with
annoyance.
certain explosives. They actually added it to the game. Initially, you couldn't. I don't know if you can now, but I think they changed
Many
that.
people complained.
Yeah. Also, so I will never trust Neuralink unless they make it open source because there is no good reason for them to keep it closed source. No
Yeah,
single
and
good reason.
like I don't know how much who's in control of it, but I do believe that they probably will be full open source.
Yeah, if they will keep it closed source, that's a massive red flag, and that means some corporate power is at play instead of actual non-profit.
There's interesting battles like on is open source more vulnerable because hackers could find exploits easier. Because there might come a day when AI is so sophisticated that seeing the source code of a program, you could find vulnerabilities that
Yeah,
aren't
but
found.
then that's the issue. If you haven't
Yeah.
if you have a program that's closed source and is important, hackers are gonna get it either way. Like
Yeah.
if hacker can get through the extra secure, because I'm assuming they will make it extra secure. They will make the Neuralink extra secure. If hackers can get through that, then I'm pretty certain they can also like attack their own servers and get these
Yeah.
blueprints. Attacking servers would be much easier because over there you can just do it with what's that kind of attack called? I haven't done any hacking in a while, but was the attack called where you were just slowly but surely gaining more? Is it a phishing? I think it's
Brute
phishing.
force.
I'm pretty
Brute
certain.
force.
I mean, yeah, they could also
Privilege
do
escalation.
privilege escalation with phishing, basically.
Yeah, spear phishing is like specific, or
Uh,
whale phishing. And social engineering
Yeah,
is
social
like
engineering. Yeah, that
how
was the
people
one.
have
Speaking.
even people that in the red team that are hired to break into companies on the company's behalf. Most of them use social engineering. Like if you
Uh,
talk Nubix and some other guys that actually do this, pen testers, will say that 85% is social engineering to gain
I would
credentials.
even say
No,
more than 85, because every now and then you
yeah,
have these systems which are unhackable, but doesn't matter because they are used by people who are idiots.
yeah.
That's just how social engineering works. It's much at this point we live in a society where it's much easier to bypass a human than that system.
Well, one
It's
of the problems with AI is that even an air gap machine, if you sampled the CPU fan, you can glean meaningful data from the CPU. Like there's crazy attack vectors out there, and having a AGI is going to open these up. And I'm dead again in the same spot.
Don't worry, I killed the
Ugh.
crab. I am almost going in. But like when it comes to the Arasaka one, yeah. But what Teft actually told me this live stream. Thank you, Cole, for the follow. My game glitched right when you followed. You broke my game. But going back to what Tefta said, actually, if you have Neuralink in one possible spot, yeah, you could have an interface for which it would be just physically impossible to fry your brain. Also,
Yeah.
our brains are pretty resilient to this sort of thing. Relatively, really is resilient. If you compare our brains to CPUs, they're just mad.
Well, also the thickness of the nodes is so thin, you couldn't get much current through there without them just burning up. And depending on their chemical composition, even if they heated up and what would that be the byproduct? Again, another reason to kill monkeys to figure out because it's too important to circle around to that the guy who transplanted the monkey heads had to crack a few eggs. Omelet. It's serious. It's a serious problem. There's going to be a lot more monkey deaths. I'm just saying if that's going to be put into
Oh, I didn't.
humans.
Whoops, I screwed up. But 50 rotters. Oh, shucks.
That's all?
No, we need 50 rotters to get the healing stuff.
Oh.
I wanted to get the
We
healing
have-
stuff for it to make it easier for you to bring, but I don't think we have 50 rotters.
We do. Or
No,
we did.
We did.
I
I
do
don't
on
think
my
we
dead
do.
body. I do on my dead body.
Do you? I actually need rotters. For the
Yeah,
smart
yeah.
platings.
That's the whole point. We need rotors in order to get those.
Well, in another predicament. Hold on. You know what? I know what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna make a montage of this death.
I have an idea. I'm gonna quickly run through the. Just wait up. I'm gonna quickly run through it and pick up all your items.
So the nice thing is now we only have to run through the death area once because my crate should be on the edge because I picked up all but 2 items in the first crate.
There's a pick up all button.
Oh. That is probably why I've died so many times.
Oh my goodness, that's
Yeah,
so
this
many
is-
items to pick up.
This is fun.
Oh
That's
wow. Okay, well, hold on.
I was taking them one stack at a time.
Oh, that actually explains a
I
lot.
wasn't. Yeah.
Hold on.
No, it yep, and I just died another time, but that's okay. It's because I was.
We can wait. Let me just craft a crate. Yes, there is a take all button.
What button is that?
It's like a big yellow one. At least it should be. You know what? I'm gonna go and check it first. I feel like that's a good idea. I'm gonna go and check it. Oh, it's on the staircase.
No, it's at the end of the staircase. Yeah, and to the right.
Oh my goodness! I went on the. Okay, well, I'm going back on the staircase now.
Yeah, the staircase ends in the mountain, and it's to the right. And there's all 5 of my crates.
Hold on. I'm just. I'm gonna build my own staircase to your staircase because it feels like an easier thing to do, honestly. This entire area is gonna be ruined.
Going back up. See, I don't have any building materials because I just keep running here from when I die.
Not even close.
I still thought that was interesting when I learned that the brain itself cannot feel pain.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's actually pretty, it makes sense.
It's that bad of an injury.
But I
Yeah,
mean,
you don't need pain receptors in the brain.
yeah, but at the same time, what kind of injury could you get out had only the brain?
Yeah, concussion.
Yeah, but you feel the concussion.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
here's the thing: if
swelling
you
of the
had
brain.
swelling of the brain, you feel because you have the skull.
Yeah, because it's the skull has
Which
pain receptors.
I basically. What about headaches? Yeah, but that's exactly my point. When it comes to brain injuries, this kind of brain injuries, every now and then my game just lags, and I have no idea why.
Me dying. It's me dying.
Actually, it's timed pretty well done. It's really hard to imagine a brain injury which would physically hurt the brain, and in which case, like, knowing that your brain is damaged would help. From an evolutionary perspective, of course, because if you have a monkey, then knowing that you have, I don't know, brain cancer, I guess, wouldn't really help you much.
No evolutionary advantage.
Yeah.
The Havana syndrome is interesting.
Would you feel phantom pain though? Phantom pain. Actually, don't really know exactly how phantom pain. I don't know if it's psychological or if it's physical. I'm confused.
I thought you were gonna pull some kind of house episode knowledge for us.
I mean, I know about referring the referring one pain, the reference one. I know about that one. I'm pretty certain. No, okay, no. Phantom pain has to be psychological. Because in House episode where House lives with Wilson, alright, there is a neighbor of his with whom they get into a fight, and that's because House basically disrespects him, and turns out he is a veteran, if I'm not mistaken. He's missing an arm and has phantom pain. So what House basically does is he kidnaps the guy, and then he like puts a mirror next to his hand, and then gives him the experiment where you make basically a person think that the reflection of their hand is their other hand, and makes him release, and that way he cures his phantom pain, which means it has to be psychological. Yeah, is that house knowledge enough?
Yes, that's the episode I was thinking of.
Yeah,
I haven't seen very many.
It's season.
One of them.
Okay, it's season. I think. It has to be, I think, 6. Either 6 or 7. It's nice of him. Yeah, it was right after he did the detox, so that's probably why. So it has to be either 6 or 7, because it was the detox one. But he was still living with Wilson.
I made it through the fog.
I actually don't know where your crates are. Man's house expert.
They're right
Oh, I see it. Hold on, let me check. Yes, there is a take all button.
Okay.
Man's house. I've seen the
Hey,
house.
it's outside. Stop it! Stupid thing. It keeps on. Keep on hitting the escape button. It goes into the menu.
But I've watched House, I think 6 or 7 times at this point.
Like all the way through.
Yeah, from the beginning to the end, because it's a very chill thing to watch in the background. Actually, like every episode is peppered with some medical knowledge, so it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like a dumb show to watch. But at the same time, there's like a deeper plot which you can get into. But also, most episodes are very on the surface shallow, pun intended, which basically means that you can just put it in the background and it's just pleasant. I like those sort of series which I can just put in the background while I'm walking on video. Plural. Speaking of, how's the video doing? I should check the stats probably. I should check it. So I'm just curious. I'm just scientifically curious. Oh, it's still the worst one. It doesn't even have 200 views. Oh, both the basic math and electric vs electronic already had over 300 at this point. Oh no.
think I have most of whatever I need.
Oh, it might be the worst performing video I've uploaded in the past, I think, 5 months soon. Oh no. Oh no. No, no.
How do we get
Well, we'll
power?
get it
Oh,
next
power's
time. Was the power down? I hear it, right?
no, no. I was actually
Oh.
just headed to get coal.
Oh,
That's my whole mission. The whole reason I was here. Why is this
okay.
conveyor belt stopped? Oh, this is your storage mechanism.
Yes. Well, I was actually gonna bring the quartz back to base, but then I realized that once we'll actually need quartz, we can just build trains. I still have to watch it. I'm literally eating most of my time right now, so I just kept forgetting. I thought most people are like this about my videos. Yeah, your videos are great. I mean, I haven't seen most of it. This guy who posted my video. Yeah. Oh, this newest video only has 4,000 views. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm assuming it's good. It's just
At
funny.
least they're honest.
I mean, yeah. I haven't seen it, but I'm assuming it's good. Cracks me every single time. I watch the videos that I learned something from. The thing is, most of my videos are about such broad topics
It's
that
gas.
like from the
It's gas. It's stupid.
from the title alone, you can't really get what the video will be about. Worst mistake humanity could ever make was about AGIs. The future will be fucking great was supposed to be about the benefits of technology, but it just turned out to be a huge advertisement for communism, apparently, as I just figured out today. Well, we should let AIs rule over us, that was pretty obvious. But electric versus electronic was also a very broad one. From the solving electricity, solving electronics, computers, HTML was in it, because why not? I should realize there's a sound effect you get from the Blade Runners. I never noticed that before.
Oh.
Yeah, like when you jump.
This gas is stupid though, because it has a radius in which it starts harming you, and then the radius that it keeps harming you is greater than the radius that it starts harming you.
It's like a false
So
sense of
if you're
security.
really low on health, yeah.
If you are doing computers, have you thought about networking, how computers transmit data? Yeah, in a couple of months I'm gonna actually make a video about that. And I'll be working with a networking expert, so it's gonna be a fun one.
You didn't ask me.
Different expert. I'm gonna need your help for the open muscle video. It's just one
That
video
is
at a
my
time.
expertise. That is actually what I went to school for.
Wait, as in networking or open muscle?
Yeah, cybersecurity networking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now I feel silly about mentioning the pen testing thing.
Yeah, I did pen testing. That's one of the. I don't know if I've told you that though. I have a non-disclosure agreement, but the company is
Oh
on
yeah,
the.
I remember when you were red teaming. I remember that one. I remember that story.
Yeah, but my expertise, actually, that I'm most knowledgeable about, is network security, which you have to understand everything about networks,
Yeah.
because all the pieces. It's actually interesting. It's like biology.
It actually is. Most of them I like disagreeing when people say, but no, in this case it really is, because well, basically creating a computer virus, creating a good computer virus is similar to creating a biological virus. Neurons, right? Okay, cool. Basic idea.
That's why I think it's
People-
crazy about
people-
AI is like it can code and create vulnerabilities. So these off the chain models could do some crazy stuff.
People
'Cause
really
you would
often
automate
misunderstand. Yeah, I mean, people also really often misunderstand how hacking works. As in, they think that like if you have a wall, if you want to go through the wall, then people think that hacking would mean basically breaking through the wall, which is not. Hacking most of the time is like waiting for someone to open the door and then walking in right behind them. That's
Or you just use a middle server, command and control center. Then you have the upper ports that usually aren't scrutinized as heavily because they're normal traffic for internet, and just hide the data there. And you have a computer in the center, and you can exfiltrate as much data as you want into each of the devices. It looks like normal HTTPS traffic.
it sounds like a man-in-the-middle attack.
It is kind of, but it's a way of getting like a secure tunnel over HTTPS or another method without having to go through the lower ports, because they're not going to be opened up in the target's machine. So, kind of, yeah.
Wait, so
It's kind of fun to do.
I think you were just asking me. I don't know if you've told me before, but do you like true crime? What do you mean? I would never. It sounds no, I wouldn't. I feel like a networking video would be good. I know for a fact that I would have a blast making graphics for a networking video. Just because I was just planning on making graphics as in from the perspective of a packet. So you know how so the journey of a packet basically. So if you're, for example, the entire idea was if you go to the website, make it .wtf, then what happens in order for that website to be displayed on your computer? So DNS, DNSs of DNSs, then DNSs of DNSs of DNSs, then Tadeusz and Cheryl, I think it was, which are name servers of my website. Oh damn it! I have so much junk in my inventory. This.
There's some interesting techniques by using timed lives to stop some of the methods of attack.
That's not Tadeusz.
Like-
That's Tadeusz, by the way. I just want to say. That's basically what Cloudflare gave me. Cloudflare is insane, by the way. I don't think I've ranted about this topic yet. From a perspective of someone who's an expert in cybersecurity, what do you think about Cloudflare?
Not an expert. It's my area of expertise. Yeah. I don't have much of an opinion because I'm kind of outside of it now. So IT companies are only as good as their employees and their company structure. So longevity is what I look for. So trusted platforms and their methods is what I look at if I'm evaluating a third-party service of any kind.
Cloudflare, okay, so as a general description, Cloudflare right now is like a Google for Google. That's basically what they do. They are like if you're a networking company, then Cloudflare is the networking company for a networking company. I think they have like stats. It's actually insane. I think it was what 87, I think, % of all of the internet uses Cloudflare. 80%, 80, yeah, it's insane. 87% of the internet uses Cloudflare. I'm pretty certain that was. I'm definitely certain that was more than a half. And half is already. That's insanity. What's that? You mean Cloudflare? It's basically when you create a website, you can use their services to make it more secure. Or you can actually not need more secure. Hold on, that's actually I use Cloudflare, right? Okay, saying that makes them more secure. That's misunderstanding. Basically, if you want to do networking, then I don't even know how to. They do so many things. You want a VPN? Cloudflare has one. You want anti-DDoS protection? Cloudflare has it. If you want your site to be online even when it's offline by caching, Cloudflare can do that for you. You want tunneling? Go to Cloudflare. You want I don't know, special stats for your website? Go to cloudflare.com and use the code SUB to make it to get a special deal for you. They just do everything. And I don't think people actually get that, like, just how much it is. Wait, let me just pull up the actual stat just to make sure that I'm not screwing it up. How much of internet uses Cloudflare? How many websites use Cloudflare? According to Cloudflare, its customers include 17% of Fortune 500 companies.
That's awesome. Wow, there's a lot of these guys. 17% of the Fortune 500 companies use them?
Yeah. Which is also insanity because these companies are rich enough to set up their own infrastructure, but instead they use Cloudflare.
Well, that's the thing is why to mitigate risk, you want to actually use third-party companies so that way the liability financially relies on them and legally. So there's many reasons to outsource certain aspects, which is kind of neat that everyone's usually pretty niche in what they provide. But I never go off of my prior assessment of a company because you have to continually review them. Because I've made the mistake of referring a solution, and yeah, it's super weird. Luckily, I don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. I wanted. How long ago did you say that you wanted me to get cool? Yeah. So it is now. I'm finally at my destination.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was far away. It was a kilometer. Okay, I can't find the stat. I don't know where I. But it's also used by 30% of the top 10,000 websites. It's insanity. It's always crazy to hear about those companies for companies because it's something that you don't hear about every day, but they do exist. Like, for example, when it comes to service, that's Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon has their own
AWS.
AWS, yes, exactly, which provides
And
service.
Microsoft has their own.
Yeah, but then so most people already don't hear about AWS. Damn it, AWS. Most people already don't hear about that, even though it's a massive thing. It provides service for Netflix and stuff, which is also insane. Amazon has Prime, and then they provide service to their competitors. All right.
Yeah, seriously.
So
they are hosting the their competitors.
If they want, they could just disable. They could just turn off Netflix in general. So that's insane.
Yeah.
But also there is a even deeper company which provides service to AWS. I don't remember its name, and it just gets so ridiculous when you basically have Amazon, which is a massive company, which one of their biggest things is service, which there's actually a different company which provides it for them.
It's inception with technology.
Yeah, capitalism is terrifying.
Where the heck is the power line?
At some point someone's gonna ask, okay, we're doing this for profit, is it really worth the risk? And okay, in capitalism you can just ask why are we doing this and never get an answer, because it came from an executive who actually got this message from a shell company, which was from, I don't know, a group of shareholders where no one actually knew what they were doing. It's terrifying. How do you make these? Hold on. That's a bit low. Capitalism is great. Capitalism is horrible. Communism is great. Communism is horrible. Funny my videos. Was it? Oh, that's the one.
Edge computing is what kind of loses me. I understand it, but like all of the changes in all of the architecture,
Wait,
like
what's
that just made my head spin. Like the stuff that's going on now. So
what's edge
I
computing?
yeah, oh my goodness. So you can process things kind of like in a cloud. I don't even know how to explain it that well. It's something that I should know, and it's almost embarrassing to not. But yeah, I'll just look it up. It confuses me so much, and like I usually can't explain things unless I understand them fully, and I don't understand. And then there's so many buzzwords, and I'm not in that industry at the moment, so. But yeah, it gets pretty. It's like crazy biology that is evolving every year. That's why tech seems harder than biology. At least biology takes a million years to change its infrastructure.
Cole just said socialism is good, but it has to stop at some point. Buddy, I'm pretty certain it was yesterday that I just suddenly realized that that the like the best kind of society that I described in my future will be fucking great video, as it turns out, I was just describing communism. So only recently have I realized that the best kind of society that I made an argument for many times, many live streams, videos, all the stuff, apparently was just communism. So, you know, well, that's awkward. Which is crazy,
Huh.
by the way. I was reading about on communism, and there are so many weird things that so many just crazy misconceptions. Like when you think of communism, you think of state controlling the people, right? That's like the main the main like scary thing people have in mind. Like communism means state controlling the people, right?
I think of Marxism when I think of communism. But yeah,
I don't know. I haven't even. I'm new to this. I was just for me it was
my dad was a socialist when he was in his home country and came to the United States, and he changed his ways. But I kind of grew up with socialism being
what's
um,
socialism actually?
the best
Because
idea. It's a
from
mix
what
between
I've
it's a mix between capitalism and
yeah,
communism,
because
where
from what I've heard so
the
far, it was
government
just
controls like resources like electricity, water. The government would control the vital things, right? While then corporations would fill out anything that's not vital. So
yeah. So
healthcare would
okay,
be taken care of the government.
so socialism is just communism for cowards. I got it, understood. No, I mean,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
that actually
communism
sounds
light.
reasonable. Okay, so actually, most of Europe is socialist then.
Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure they are.
Okay,
Like Canada would
that's
be
a,
socialist
okay.
country.
That's
So
actually
you'll hear
already
a
a
lot of
pretty
flights.
solid argument for socialism. Uh,
Yeah,
because Europe is actually a very pleasant place to live. I don't know if you've
like
seen
social
Amsterdam, for
services.
example.
Yeah,
Also, oh yeah,
I have not.
another thing, public healthcare. It's which is just brilliant. I am I think one of the main reasons for why. Okay, I'm scared of moving to America because, for example, I sprained my ankle, and it's not even it's in. I either have to spend crazy lot of money, or spend hours researching how to get healthcare without overpaying.
Yeah.
Don't say good things
Yep.
about the
Oh,
French, though. I also recently realized that like France is actually a very pleasant country. And don't worry, I'll never say that French are good because French are awful. We here enjoy. We're just a French hating enjoyers here at Make It. But it's surprising, but oh yeah, what I was saying. I don't know if you've seen Amsterdam. It is, it looks surreal. Amsterdam. Like from a perspective of a person that's actually living in a city, it looks like a dream, honestly. Hold on, let me just note this Amsterdam center. I'm not looking for a center because centers of practically all cities in Europe look the same.
where the heck is my power line? Oh, then I'm probably gonna hopefully not die. Okay, not dead.
There's greenery everywhere. Oh, also Delft. Oh yeah, Delft.
What
Okay,
the heck?
Delft is the extreme example. Delft.
What the heck?
I'll show y'all on stream soon. I'm just trying to find, and I'm just cherry picking the data. Don't mind me. Oh, never mind. For Delft, I don't have to cherry pick even. There we go. Just first images are actually exactly representing my point. It's just such a pleasant city. Although Delft, I suppose, is very specific because it is like a, it's famous for. Damn, this looks lovely. These look just so lovely. Like, imagine. I just like finishing the video on a Sunday and just going outside, you know, going to a cafe, just drinking some coffee, enjoying the day. That's the dream. I was thinking about moving to Austria when I get enough money. Where from? Depending on where from, where are you moving from actually? But yeah, oh yeah, thing I was trying to say about Delft. In America, so in America the average volume of cities ranges between 80 and 110. Right? Decibels. That's the average volume of, that's just how loud it is. In Delft, it's 50. And may I remind you that decibels are a logarithmic scale, which means that if you have 100 decibels in America and 50 in Delft, that's not twice as loud in America. No, that's
I think it's for every 6 decibel changes, it's double.
I think it was
Or is
for
it 3?
10 double.
But it depends because there's 2 different types of decibels. Recording volume, which is variable, which doesn't matter, and it goes negative to 0. And then you have absolute decibels, which is like you can almost measure explosions based off of that. So yeah, and people interchange them all the time because usually people don't know much about sound. They're like, yeah, it's negative 48 decibels. It's super quiet. Negative 48 in relation to what? Like, yeah, it's so many times quieter
it's
than
negative volume.
yeah,
The
it's
vibrations are going the other way.
It absorbs all the vibration. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's the other way.
Anti-waves.
I have no clue where the power is.
I thought mainly about Denmark and Norway instead of moving out. Yeah, I mean, practically every single Western country in Europe is lovely. Danish is a language that's very the accent Norway is broken. I don't think people in Europe really care that much about if you speak their language. I don't know. I don't know if people care that much. I mean, it's certainly convenient, but if you speak
I personally
English
don't care, and here.
Yeah, I mean, if
like,
you're nice
someone
to
doesn't
people,
speak.
if you're nice to people, then it doesn't really matter. As language is not a barrier, but I mean, if you're trying to move from America to Amsterdam, then I have 2 friends in Denmark. Most of the time, they just use English. Yeah, precisely. Because there are just too many goddamn countries for us all to just use our own individual languages. Can you imagine? Too many. Can you imagine if all states in America had a different language? Like, y'all would still just settle on English in the end. No one cared about the
And
other
we'd
ones.
still say y'all.
Yeah, y'all would still say y'all, right? I'ma tell you right now, boy. Isn't that like the Western kind of American?
Yeah.
So they say y'all. That sounds like Texas. It just sounds like.
Well, it's funny that Ebonics is like its own dialect of English, which is interesting.
Yeah, but was it even crazy that most of the countries in Europe also have different like dialects, which vary wildly. So in the end, basically in Europe if you have 10 countries, then those 10 countries don't really have 10 languages. They have like 40 languages if you count different languages. It's just a mess. That's why everyone uses English, even though Britain is no longer in Europe. Thank goodness. Thinking that we don't have to share with the Brits.
Like when we have so many. Come on, stupid area that.
One thing which I don't like about America though is super PACs. That's awful. That's just awful.
Well, just corruption.
Yeah, but that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to people from
you
Italy and
stupid
Germany,
spider.
and they got a huge range in dialects. Yeah, super what? Super PACs are okay. So PACs are action committee. Wait, what? There's a party action? No, wait. Political action committee, if I'm not mistaken. I think. PACs, capital P, capital A, capital C. Lobbies are a huge problem that isn't talked about in the USA. Yeah, lobbying is legal in the USA. Lobbying is a fancy term for corruption.
Yeah, it is.
Which is like lobbying. Without lobbying, America would just have the same standard of living as Europe. It would be silly to pretend that's the fault of the people, of the fault of the government, because the American system is it's lovely. The only issue is lobbying, which screwed up the nation. So super PACs are basically, I think, political action committees. Well, PACs are political action committees, which allow you to donate to your political representative, which makes sense. Because if you have a political representative, you want them to represent you, and because of that, they need funds. So this is basically you giving money to them. PACs are fine. PACs are good. Super PACs, however, are created for companies, if I'm not mistaken. Which means that whilst for PACs...
you can't...
Yeah, so well, for PACs, for example, there is a limit on how much you can donate, which is around, I think, $5,000, which is sounds perfectly
per
reasonable.
Individual, yeah.
$5,000 for
That's
per
what super
individual.
PACs allow.
Super PACs don't have that. For super PACs, you can just donate however much you like, which means that you can just promise, you can basically make a deal with a politician that if they do something for you, you will basically give them, I don't know, $2 million from the super PAC. Lobbying is hard to get rid of because America is too big to advertise around the USA to make people know who you are. I mean, yeah, okay, that's a bit of a misconception though. Because lobbying is not hard to get rid of, it's just lobbying is convenient for candidates. But we shouldn't really care about what candidates want. We should care about what's best for American people, not for candidates. Without lobbying, political candidates would have a much harder time in becoming president. Yeah, that is true. I use president as an example.
We should do what Athens did. Like, everyone got their number drawn, and they would then serve for a certain duration based off of a rotation.
I absolutely love that idea.
That's the origin. It's the origin of democracy.
In my opinion, that would be perfect with basically, first of all, you don't have a president, only you have like a group of people, for example, 6, and then they get selected at random for something like 3 to 6 months, right?
Yeah.
And then there is no corruption. Because they're random citizens, they can't abuse their power. After 6 months, they go back to being a random citizen. If they screw everyone a bit too hard, then whoops, your term's over. You're a standard citizen now. You're getting screwed over.
Yeah.
History education is terrible. I had a research committee on my own. Yeah, I mean, every single problem of America can be just traced back to corruption.
There was a really wise person that I met that said that policy and politics usually don't change in term limits, but usually over the course of 20s of years. So, like, we make progress, but it's like begrudgingly slow. It's and ever since they mentioned that, like, I don't even know how to even evaluate that over that time span. But it'd be something I'd be interested in AI taking a look at data science. That's one of my excitements about AI is like, hey, I as a person could probably look at these metrics, kind of crunch some numbers and then take a look and maybe make an educated opinion. But
that's probably
could just be pipe dream too.
That's probably also my that's probably the biggest issue too, because right now, due to the fact that policies get such a long time to make, right now is will be actually an incredibly difficult task to fix America.
Yeah, yeah.
I just noticed we've been talking a lot about politics lately. You've make it during streams. Yeah, there are two kinds of politics. I don't mind this kind of politics. So this is the scientific kind, where we just look at the different, different aspects of politics. But the kind of politics I don't like is the emotional kind. Like, no, I want to be Republican. No, I'm Democrat. I'm actually libertarian. Y'all can. I'm smart. You dumb. I'm smarter than you. That's the kind of politics I don't like. There's nothing.
That's
wrong
why
with
metrics, I think, are important, because you can, if you break something down to its parts and say, okay, so we disagree, but we have to dwell in the same country. So how can we make the least worst compromise, right? Isn't that kind of what the scientific approach would be?
Yeah, I mean, also, every single human has the same. By the way, when it comes to politics, every single human wants the same thing. Every single human just wants to have a just, fair, and livable country. That's what every single human wants. So what? So but the problem is that most people treat it as a sort of arms race, where I want a country to be livable for me at the expense of my fellow citizens. And that's where Democrat versus Republican comes into play, where Republicans don't want to get into power because they want Republicans to be into power. They want Republicans to get into power because they don't want Democrats. And Democrats want to get into power because they don't want Republicans. And all of a sudden it just sucks. I don't care about someone's political views, but I know that people would stop talking to me because of my views. I don't know. I mean, I feel like, as I mentioned, every single person wants the same thing. And there's nothing wrong with political views. It's wrong when you associate these views with a kind of party.
Well, yeah, because then it's like an ideology as opposed to
it becomes a religion, even at some point. I would even say
it does.
At this
I
point, Republicans or Democrats could say, "We're gonna start, sacrificing newborns for our Lord and Savior." Insert some punchline to the joke here, right? And
yes,
obviously a dramatic example, but you get what I mean. At this point, Democrats or Republicans could change their point of view, and most of the people supporting them would keep their own party, which is absolutely. Who would you vote for? Make it in America? No one. Neither.
Well, and here's another.
Start my own party in America.
If let's just say that you aligned more closely with the Democrats or Republicans, doesn't matter. Wouldn't you be more apt to want to change other people's opinions as opposed to just be with a whole bunch of people that agree with you? Like, if you actually wanted to make a difference and you were a Republican, wouldn't you be involved in Democratic policy making and vice versa? Because why would you're not persuading your people that agree with you. Shouldn't you be going to the people that disagree with you? But that's what always confused me.
The Republican Party of Republicans and just conservatives. I don't think this split is going to be successful. If it is happening, I don't think it's going to be successful because of the way American politics works.
You have a video on this. Abstraction. Like, we're using abstraction in an identity of politics because it's too complicated, right? So we use abstraction of right, left.
One thing which I really don't like is the political compass. I don't know if any of you are familiar with this. I really don't like it.
I'm not.
It's basically it's basically a plane on which you have going up, down, authoritarian to libertarian, and then left, right, you have leftist to right wing, which is dumb because in reality, politics is way more complex than that. So, for example, on this political compass, you have libertarian to authoritarian, you have leftist to right wing, but you don't have, for example, conservatives and progress. You don't have conservative and progressive. So a lot of people, for example, associate right wing with conservative. And really often people are both right wing and conservative. But what about those who aren't right wing and conservative, only are right wing and progressive? What about those who are left who are leftist and conservative.
Yeah.
What about those who are, I don't know, leftist extremists? Well, that's actually shown the compass. My point is there's a lot more things at play there. And
A lot more
a
nuance.
lot more, yeah, exactly, a lot more nuance. And because of that, you can't just have, and political compass sucks with four different, political compass sucks with two different spectrums. And in American politics, you have only two. We have only one, which is Democrat to Republican.
We have a Green Party and some other was, but they're like less than 1%.
Which is bonkers.
Technically. Yeah. Well, also, what a lot of people will say in America, though, if you ask them, would be it'd be better than only 25% of people be required to elect XYZ. That's their fear, right? So if there was four parties, then instead of a majority, like 61% of people want this person. But the counter argument to that is that, well, those 60% would have, wouldn't actually agree. It's only that we have two choices. So
Yeah.
this is where metrics would be nice, but like, how would you even go about scientifically assessing that? Like, what's your approach?
I'm sorry, but Cole said the Green Party was mostly for weed, wasn't it?
It was what is that? Ross Perot. I have a funny story about Ross Perot, but yeah,
Oh,
he
is it-
he almost got the. So in America, if you get so many votes the prior year, you get like $1 million for campaign funding. You get registered as an actual political party. And so I don't know if the Green Party actually met that threshold. It was pretty darn close. Ross Perot, when I was younger, I was like, oh, I want this guy to win just because it's different. It's away from the two-party system. And but the crazy story is that apparently his accountant came to my town and was put into a mental asylum. And they were actually at the homeless shelter for a long time. And then the lady kept on saying, I'm Ross Perot's accountant, right? And I was talking to the social worker of this lady. And then eventually he went to the homeless shelter and was like, hey, where's that lady at? The one, blah, blah, blah. And they said the limo came and picked her up. And like we don't know for sure, but we really think it even had horns in the top of the limo that it literally was Ross Perot's accountant, and she's just so.
Well, that's the
That's my
crazy
fun
story.
Yeah, and I believe the guy because I worked with him for a while. He had no reason to lie, but again, it's just I have no proof.
Like what's the accountant like? Oh, you must be mental if you think we're trying this. Yeah, maybe.
yeah,
So what?
literally I am.
I am. So
Certified
what?
mentally ill, grade A. Why did I jump when I did that?
Oh, this is.
I almost give up because I've died so many times. I've literally been building nothing.
I got a milestone. I mean, hold on. Oh yeah. So right
I have
now.
coal in a storage container. That's about all I got. A bunch of desks.
Wait, did you optimize the one you already built? The one in the southeast?
The one southeast. I don't think so. I made another one directly
I mean,
east
I suppose
that is going to a storage container.
you could optimize that. I suppose if you don't, because that's a safe route. There should be nothing there. A lot of big problems are put under the rug in America because no one can get rid of them in one term. I suppose that's another. Yeah, that once again, that's the two-party system thing. See you later, probably. All right, thank you, Feeling Feeble, for joining in. Anyhow, that's once again the two-party system problem, and also a lot more problems are swept under the rug because, as I mentioned, corruption.
Yeah.
It sucks so much. For example, well, okay, the most okay. I don't mean to be a leftist snowflake, but like the cars are just the perfect example of that. Also, we got minor. Oh, we have minor Mark II, which means we can upgrade over coal. Actually, we have a better
Oh,
miner.
nice.
Oh, that's great. I don't mean to be a leftist snowflake, but cars really screwed America over. Right now,
Yeah, I know. That was a horrid movie. I just thought it corrupted the minds of our youth. I agree.
McQueen just puts down dirty thoughts on their heads.
Yep. But yeah, cars. Really? Cars are the downfall. Ford.
But, I mean, think of how much space is wasted. It would be like a genuine percentage of cities just wasted, and not a small one either. When you look at an image of an American city, like how much percent of that is just streets, for example, or parking? It's mad.
Yeah.
Compared to
A lot of the space.
yeah,
is taken up.
compared to cities like Delft, where if you have streets, they're mostly just one way or, two lines, and there's not everywhere. In America, I have like 8-lane freeways, which also roads are so inefficient when it comes to maintaining them. They're really expensive.
Yeah.
Mostly because you have to basically,
What's
fix
impressive is
them.
the interstate system. Yeah, every 15, 10 years, depending on how deep they go down.
Yeah.
Like how deep like the Autobahn, it was like almost at the same depth as a airport concrete was poured. But yeah, I think the longevity has like almost a direct correlation to how deep they pour it. Oh, the heck.
That's what I was doing. Equipment workshop. I'll never stop being proud American though. I don't think people should be ashamed of being American, because as I mentioned, America is sick. But shouldn't that be... That's what I also hate. The fact that, that's mostly used as a defense mechanism. So like, like someone says no to cars, for example. Like, America is screwed because of cars. Then the reaction you'll get from most people is, oh yeah, you communist, you hate America. No, we'll drive even more cars to show you that America is even better than you think.
That's right.
When the real reaction should be, yeah, America is cool and we should try our hardest to fix it. Like, people who propose change like that, they're not hating America. Quite the opposite, I suppose. Which is just awful. How am I?
We actually making progress.
Speaking of politics, how is my video doing?
Politically inaccurate.
Still the worst one. Basic Math had twice as many views at this point. I think there was a California person in office that said she hated the USA. Okay, now I don't like that. Hate the USA. USA is great. I love my side stripe. Can I get an amen for our troops?
It's such a big like what is it's like yeah, it's a big amalgam of many things.
Here's Megan I'm from Eastern Europe, so like I know a thing or two about countries that suck. I'm basically an expert in what not to do.
It's so sad that I don't have one wire, one component.
Slavic rat. I've never heard that one. Slavic rat. Slavic people are fine. Like, some of them, like, okay, maybe not some. Okay, also, I, hating people based on ethnicity, it's kind of a red flag. You don't have to worry about it with French because they're not people, but State and 20 cable. Oh, we have both. We have both insane amounts. 20, that's for one. That is for one. Okay, so.
Oh yeah, it should now have.
I'm still so flabbergasted by the fact that, in definition, communism is a stateless society. I'm just so flabbergasted by that. It's insane.
A commune.
Yeah, yeah, because it sounds wrong. Stateless society by definition. It's mad.
Please tell me these will connect. Ah,
Steel pipe. Alright, so it takes.
missing cable times 3. Oh.
20 per one, so that means 2000 cables and.
Where's that going? Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, you stupid spider. Oh my goodness, all this way just to die here.
You can take him long range. Have a gun. So
I don't have any bullets left because I died, and yeah, it's okay. I'm used to dying.
That's the least okay. It's okay I've had in a while. I've made a fun progress tracker recently too. It's like a
Oh yeah.
a spreadsheet where I basically have listed every single video I am gonna make in the next, I think it was 5 months. So every single video I'm gonna make in the next 5 months is listed there, and then for each and every single one of them I have 13 categories. So like planning, scripting, recording, basic edit, edit, final edit, 3D animations, other animations, sound, rendering, upload and stuff. And because of that, I basically have like a spreadsheet telling me every single day what percentage of all of these videos I should already have done, what percentage I did actually do, and how many percent of the way in relation to how many I should already have am I to having 100%. And right now, if I were to do nothing for the next 4 days, I still wouldn't be behind. So, not kinda cool.
That is. That has to feel good.
It does. It really does. I mean, today I'll still, after the live stream, I will have to make some shorts. Because I'm uploading shorts daily. So why not? And then I can go to sleep. Ah, feels good. Feels right. That video too ended up being half an hour, which is insane. Something that for a weekly upload.
Oh wow.
I know we've seen it, by the way.
Watch it. Yeah, I will.
Well,
watch it. After
it's basically it's the Patreon one, right? So it's the Patreon video, except
Yes.
remember the last 2 segments in that video were like really slow and was just me talking from the camera.
Yeah.
I re-recorded them, I re-edited them, and they are just much better. Much better. And also, when I was explaining intelligence on the very beginning, I was like, there are 3 definitions for intelligence. I brought up the first one, the second one, and then I omitted the third one. And so, what was really funny is that in the original video, I explained the first one, I explained the second one, and for the third one, I was like, I would love to explain the third one, but I only have 600 subscribers, so I don't have a budget for it. But this time I have 14,000, so I do have a budget for it. And so I basically did the explanation for the third definition, for the least abstract definition for intelligence, all the consequences. Intro is also much nicer. It's actually pretty nice upload.
That's awesome. I'm excited to see it.
Actually, you know what? There's one thing I forgot to do, which is to put it on the Make It Top 16 playlist, because it certainly isn't top 16
Ah,
So I suppose I can do it right live.
yes.
Someone just asked me, do you like apples? Because of the desk. Alright.
All I have to do is connect these 2 wires. That is it.
Let's edit the playlist live.
What is the worst possible?
There we go. Make it top 16. Right here we should let AIs rule over us, and it's better than abstraction, it's better than Eternal, it's better than electrons, better than size of computers, better than chess as a simple game, better chess application, better than the make it, better than information, better than making the Ventum engine. I think I'll put it right here. I think it's better than make it builds a weapon. And there we go. Remove. Boom, new make it top 16. No, I did this. Now what? Now, in near future make it movies? Yes, there are. If I had honestly, if I had more money, they would already be out, but I don't. And don't you even dare to bring up Patreon or another BS like that. It's not the kind of money I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This, that gives 9. This should be perfect. This one right here. And then this conveyor belt into this. I'm gonna actually go and create some power shards from the power slugs, and that way I'll optimize. You could start a drug trafficking business to make money instead of Patreon. Logical next step. If Patreon doesn't work out, just start a drug trafficking business.
Yeah.
The only logical
Solid.
step forward. Problem is that I don't really need a large source of income, I need a reliable source of income, which YouTube very much is not.
It's like the good bread and butter analogy, at least that I've heard. Bread is your stable income, and the butter is the invariable but could be exceedingly high income.
Yeah.
It just ends there.
This. I love jumping through our mess of a factory, honestly. So pleasant. Just having a hop. We can't, damn it. What was the point of power shards then? Can't overclock stuff. It's fun. I don't think we'll get trains today.
This is the same spot. Ah. Stupid.
This is heartbreaking. Hundreds. Okay, so we're actually close to having all of the materials required for these, which means this one 2 per minute. 200, that's an hour. This one is 2 per minute, 5 per minute, which means this one would be an hour. Wait, I'm pretty certain we're an hour away from having. You know what? How close are
No
you to
brains,
being
brother,
done?
who?
Wait, where are you actually? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That's why it's been taking me so long, because I die.
There's
Yeah, and then walk all the way.
Whoops, I forgot to mention that we have a completely better form of transportation for these sort of things. We have the Hyperloop unlocked. I'm pretty certain.
Nice.
which means that you could just build a hyperloop which would take you there in a couple of seconds.
Nice. That would be epic.
Forgot to mention that.
I would welcome that technology. Ooh, that way I can pick up all my crates. I have a ton of crates scattered throughout the map.
Yeah, well,
If we're lost some area, there's probably a whole bunch of resources in the crate area.
but basically, wait, what are you doing right now?
I'm trying to connect the power lines to this latest coal.
All right. Because what we could do actually, right now, the only thing we need in order to get the space elevator is time. So what we could do is we could set up a hypertube from our base to oil, and then once we'll unlock trains, it will just take us 10 minutes to set up everything with oil, and then from everything with oil it would take us 10 minutes to build trains, and then the wonders begin.
Okay.
And then yeah, it's a bit slow, you know. You gotta get through the first couple of. Did you say oil? Yes, I need to get a soundboard with eagle screech. Honestly.
Yeah. Get a
Stars
stream
and
deck.
stripes, stars and stripes. Kind of like an aiming for our troops.
Oh, I think, what the heck?
I'm
There
coming
is
to help.
also this. I think I just connected them for the first time.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah. That was a lot of work. Now my crates. Yeah, so what are we doing?
Yes. So
I have
okay, come here.
I have so few resources, it's not even funny.
But
I don't
we have we have quite literally an entire factory just building them. You know what? Actually, we should probably use your.
I don't see you on my mini map or my top bar.
Okay, so this is gonna be. Oh damn it.
Oh, there you are. I saw you move.
Okay, so I'm gonna use your staircase because it's just better. So
Okay.
just make me. Oh wait, we can actually pick up this too. Hold on. We could pick up this if we're quick enough. There is a bit of poison gas. Just a tiny little.
I'm gonna
bit.
get my crates because I have like a ton. Of
40
stuff in my-
megawatts. That's. I'd rather have oil than food and water. Honestly, that's a good choice.
Hey. Probably is a crate with like only one thing inside of it.
It fuel car, so it must fuel me. I mean, it has a lot of calories. I'm just saying.
Don't tell me. Okay, good. Stupid spider. Hopefully it's a rate of water.
Alright, I'll be waiting at base for you. And prepare all the
I'm gonna
items.
probably die on my way there.
I mean, okay, but what kind of items do you have actually? Because we do have a factory that's creating all of them. Does oil have protein? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oil probably has enough. There's that funny meme where it's like gallon
Uranium
roughly.
has millions of calories.
Yeah.
Which is funny
Technically, if you
because,
drink a gallon of gasoline, it's enough calories to live forever.
I mean, the thing is, it's not even
Well-
technically. That's what calories are. Calories are just, it's like a unit of chemical energy, I'm pretty certain. That's partly a bit, but...
Yeah.
And I mean, and the thing is, our bodies are using it for the same reason that engines are using it. Which means it's from calories, actually, yeah, these are the same calories. The issue is that first of all, you don't only need calories to survive, and second of all, getting those calories would be a bit difficult, and you would just poison yourself. Shocker, I know. Fun make it fact of the day. If you drink oil, you're gonna die. Oh no, we don't have any. You're joking. Where is it then? That's where. Oh, it needs 15 k's industrial beams. I ain't got the money for that. Or maybe I do. So you're saying I should drink oil because I am definitely strong enough to process? Yes. Don't drink oil if you're a coward. Don't drink oil if you're a coward or weakling, is what I'm saying. Don't drink oil if you're not American. Can I get in trouble for saying that? Don't drink
What?
oil if you're not American. I'm not telling people to drink oil. I'm telling them to not drink it.
Doesn't make much sense. Yeah, I guess. We don't actually produce a lot of oil here. We just use it.
I mean, okay, you do invade quite a lot of countries, so you kind of produce, I suppose.
By proxy, yeah. Hey, I'm finally back at the base, and I have semblance of inventory, and I have nothing to show for it except for an insanely winding wire structure that I brought electricity to the nomads in the Northeast.
Doesn't the USA have the highest oil production in the world? I actually don't know.
Production or mining?
Because
I wouldn't doubt production because a lot of the sources from Canada and around are dirty, so they have to use methods to
I
clean
mean,
them up.
refinement.
I do not know.
I think
Refinement.
Because production would basically mean that you're producing it, and I don't think America has
Yeah.
that much oil.
No.
Like it certainly has a fair amount, but not America-sized much. Wait, let's go for the southeast steel production place.
What are we doing there?
Because we should also set up a steel pipe thing. America has ton of oil in the south. Okay, but ton of oil, but waste by what standards? Ton of oil is relative.
Metric ton. One specific
1
metric
ton is just there's the 1 ton. It was actually hidden by a pirate, and now you have people in boats trying to find this 1 metric ton of oil. I don't know. I haven't seen One Piece. I'm assuming that's what's happening there.
I got so I'm there at the steel factory.
Oh, I meant the other one. the southeast.
It's south. Oh.
Yeah, I meant the. Oh no, this isn't. Oh, okay, that's okay. Oh, that's not steel. Okay, whoops. I've been operating under a misconception. This is so. I meant the coal mining facility. Yeah. So now what we basically want. We usually aren't allowed to pull oil out of the ground, USA, because it's bad for the land. Does America really care about that stuff? I feel like there must be a different reason.
Protect the penguins. So where are you at? So that's the thing.
The coal
you
mining
bring up the
place.
map. Oh, okay, I know where you're at.
And people live there. I don't think. Okay, maybe Americans live there. That sounds like an argument. People who live there is not a solid enough argument to stop mining oil or getting oil or just extracting oil. I'm missing.
Yeah, but what you're saying about emotional arguments, that can frustrate me sometimes, because I'll be in conversations, and then people will start to pull like emotional stuff. It's like, well, this we're trying to talk logically. Emotions don't really have. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
there's
It's
some
the
part,
it's
but
the I don't
don't
like.
use an emotional argument for a.
Yeah, it's the I don't like Republicans because I don't like Republicans kind of argument.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, because they're bad. Okay.
Whereas they're the other side. They're red, and red means bad. Red are the bad guys in all the video games. We need a miner
Oh, I
on
mean,
iron. Right here's iron, and we need to mine it. Do you have any rods? Because I don't have.
where are you? No.
I don't have enough for crafting. Here. This
Oh,
way.
where's iron?
Right here.
No, I don't have anything.
Well, technically, there's nothing wrong with voting Republican. There's just wrong with voting Republican because it's because you like the party. You should like the policies, not the party. Well, then let me just hop back to get some rods.
Don't we have one of those cyber what did you say, transit stations?
Yeah, we're kind of trying to unlock that now because I meant as you know, in the hub we can unlock it. It's cheap, as you can see. Milestone hybrid tubes, and for it we need steel pipes and copper sheets. And these are basically the three materials we'll need to make them happen.
Nice.
Why am I not visible actually on your map?
Not in the top map. You are visible when I open up the map proper.
Wait, so okay, can you set up over the steel beams production and one steel pipe production?
Yeah. Here probably. Maybe.
Because there's iron, there's coal.
Because one of the problems is that I don't have any rotors. Like all of my stuff is in the crates when I died multiple times. I kept on trying to
You can just pick up some rotors.
Oh,
We have a
okay.
couple. We actually managed to stockpile a bit. Not a lot, but a bit.
Good.
How many do we have? We have like a solid 20.
Yeah.
Oh, and
I
we
have
have 100 in the assembler.
Miner Mark 2? Oh, no, Mark 1.
Just don't take all of them because then we'll have to wait some more for the thingamajig.
Yeah, my portable miner's in there too. Oh my goodness.
Actually, what's the difference between Republican and Democrat? I like how you know, in America some people will literally kill each other because of Democrat versus Republican. From perspective of European, I don't get the difference between them.
Yeah, their ideologies are, well, if you look at the
Authoritarian
left
right wing.
parties.
Both of them are authoritarian right wing, from what I understand.
So the easiest way to dissect them into two is to say that one wants smaller government. That's how the Republicans would split it.
Wait, which one?
Democrats would be more for social services. Yeah, Republicans want less government interference, laissez-faire philosophy. Governments are corrupt, just like people, so have less of it, less restrictions. And then the left usually is more for social matters, like, but.
So the
yeah,
difference is pro and so lessening and empowering government. Those are the two sides.
Yeah, like left would be big government. Like the government should give me a $1,000 paycheck a month, which I actually agree with. Like eventually we'll need basic income, but
You
I don't think
communist.
the problem is that you like a lot of people that are on the right would have the ideals of the left and the left. So well, what is the intrinsic thing splitting them? Well, there's two major issues.
I was waiting for the
I'm not
political
even gonna talk
video
about
to
blow
explain,
up.
to showcase the example, because I came up with that and I love this example so much. The basic idea is you have three people, right? Someone who hasn't had a fair life, a scientist, and someone who just wants to live a happy life, right? These three people. Now, who are they? Are they, well, in my case, it's communism versus capitalism, but you can use it for almost any sort of ideology. So, for example, who are they? Are they communist? Are they capitalist? Well, someone who has been unfair in life could mean that, who had an unfair life, could mean that they saw a lot of people who weren't walking around them and were just using government subsidies to live their life without ever walking. They might be pro-capitalist because they don't want people to live off the government with, without actually contributing to society. But also they could be actually minimum wage workers who saw all of these billionaires basically getting huge chunks of money each month whilst doing absolutely nothing. And because of that, they could be communist. Then you have a scientist. Now, which side would the scientist be rooting for, the capitalist or the communist? Well, they could go for the end goal, which means they would like to, set up a society for AGI and set up basically a society where no one would have to work, so they could be communist. But at the same time, in order to achieve that society, they would need progress. And the best way to achieve progress is capitalist. And then you have the third person who just wants to, or actually not even wants to live a happy life, only wants a community, for example. No, actually, no, maybe a happy life is better. So you might want to live a happy life, without actually having to fear about the fact that you might not survive till the next month. So you would prefer communism. You would prefer your place where you live or your food on the table to not be dependent on your financial situation. But at the same time, you might want to advance your career, in which way you would prefer capitalism. The idea is that basically most people want the same thing. They just want it in different ways. But the way in which you're getting it doesn't really matter. Which leads to certain problems because then people get emotional and then they begin, for example, hating capitalism just because they hate capitalism, or loving communism just because they love communism, or hating communism just because they hate communism, or
that's why it's an alignment problem.
Yeah. And that's why both Republicans and Democrats, basically, they want the same thing. They want everyone to live as happily and as long as possible. Just they screw up on their way, though. And also the choice of less government or more government is awful. It really is awful.
Yeah, and that's just one way, so I wouldn't say it's the best.
Because if you choose more government or less government, you should choose what kind of government, not less or more. Like, if government is awful, then you want less. If it's great, you want more.
Yeah, so the whole thing is you shouldn't be running as a deficit. We operate at a deficit. So the government expects you to balance your books to pay your taxes, but they don't balance their books or pay their taxes. We are literally stealing from future generations. Or the same way is that I'm paying for past generations, right? The boon of 20 years ago, I'm paying for right now in taxes. And I pay into Social Security, which I'll never be able to take out when I'm older because it will collapse before then. So my retirement has to be earned while I'm paying for other people who have already retired, right? So you got a system. A lot of people would say it's the banking system. So why is there only one banking institution for the entire world, and why is it not associated with the government, right? So when you start looking at corruption and where the money is, all these money systems are fractional reserve, and future generations pay for past. Is that sustainable? I don't think so. But if a country can't balance its books, they have a problem. So that's problem number one. And then two, I think the 17 SGDs that the UN brings up, that's another metric you can look at. How are you taking care of those who can't take care of themselves? That's why I think alignment in artificial intelligence could help us to be more aware of our biases. Even if the AI is completely biased, it's going to relatively be the same based off of its training material. So at least you can hold it to itself, Then you can start to have some kind of metric for a very, very insanely multidimensional problem that is how to run a country with 300 million people in 50 different states in 4 different time zones. Like we have 4 time zones, 50 states. Yeah, it's a big problem to try to solve. Is it doable? I think, I focus on the things that I have at my disposal.
I
But
always,
a giant technological change such as AI at least gives me a glimmer of hope.
I always thought of America as actually very similar to Europe because I feel like that's the biggest misconception that happens in America. America is a country, Europe is a continent. Except that's a bit misleading because European countries are way more similar to American states, and and America is way more similar to Europe, not a single country in Europe. So, so
Yeah,
probably
yeah, that
that's
would
the
make a
main
lot of
issue.
sense.
I would say that that's the main issue: the fact that you're trying to run a continent as a country, not half a continent as a country. If you were trying the same
Yeah.
thing in Europe, it wouldn't work. That's and I just don't like the idea of less or more government because if government sucks, then the best way to fix the issue is to fix the government. But at the same time, uh, if the government is how should I put it? Okay, so basically you have two parties which are fighting over who has control of the government. Well, one of them wants more government and the other one wants less government. So at this point they're not really fighting over policies, which means if you fix the government, all of a sudden it wouldn't be a problem because we could just have more
And you
good
can, like,
government. But everyone is too busy fighting over whenever there should be more government or less government. Which
well, and
means
also you have the news, which divides. So this is why I hate the news, right? Because news and reporters were supposed, back in the day, they were like the nonprofit sector of for-profit companies, and they would do this as a public service because television was very rare, and they would even have news before movies. Like, so the origin of news is interesting. Nowadays, it's incentivized for money, which has become kind of capitalist and insanely corrupt. So, in order for a newspaper to make money, they have to sensationalize their articles so people will read them, right? So, you're incentivizing news companies to literally give you the scariest and craziest news or spin on reality, which that's part of the problem is that we need to be educated. Part of education is news for ongoing, for topical things, for like what's happening day to day, not just like what you learn in school. So that's another major problem. So if we're looking at the United States as an organism, you got financially, fiduciary, that's a giant problem. You have how it's governed, that's another problem, and then how information is passed between states and people, you know. So those are just 3 categories of problems, and all of them are horribly failing, in my opinion. Because we have like the M3 or M4, which is like all cash on Earth, is like $120 trillion, and we have $33 trillion in debt. So of all the money that exists that's liquid, we have debt 1/3 of the world. That is a crazy number.
that is
Once you start looking at
insane.
resources, the number it gets bigger. But literally, $110 trillion of cash in circulation in the world, and we owe 1/3 of the entire world's money supply. This is a problem. If you don't see it as a problem, and then who owns this? It is not from the government that owns money. Private banking institutions own all the money, right? And so, yeah, you have a major problem that I think it does need some kind of catastrophic change, like a complete. But in the United States, if you have 2/3 majority of the House and Senate, you can actually change the Constitution. So it is not without hope. It just if we can't have a decent structure for how we get news, we're going to be kind of like what Karl Marx said that religion would do. Religion is the opiate of the people, but also like gladiators of Roman times are distracting populations from the real issues at hand. When it all comes back to, do we have enough resources? If we have enough resources but not enough money, it's the money system problem, right? It's not a resources problem. It's a distribution of resources. But can you get humanity to talk about these issues? I don't know. That's my little mini rant from my perspective. Okay, I got these 2 going.
Capitalism, man.
The world we're born into, right? I didn't choose the world I was born into, but I try to be as learned as I can.
I just don't like one thing, and that's I think it's called capitalistic realism. I think that's what it's called. So it's the idea that capitalism is basically the ultimate system that will never be replaced, never be changed. It was just made, and there is no way to change it. And I don't like it because, in my opinion, the only people who can tell
Yeah.
me what I can and cannot do are physicists, and even then can go and suck it sometimes. So
Yeah.
the idea that only capitalism exists just sucks, in my opinion.
I agree.
Like,
Capitalism doesn't even make sense because it's incentivized like a publicly trading company. You're supposed to produce a profit. But like we were talking about last stream, how mission-driven companies I think will be the future.
yeah,
Like
I'm really
goal
hoping
or
that
mission-driven companies.
because here's the thing.
And this,
You want everyone in society to get as much to get reward depending on how much they contribute to the society. That makes sense. But in capitalism, you're using money as a proxy, which is very convenient. It's very easy. It's very simple. But it's not a good proxy. The amount of money someone
Yeah.
has is not a good proxy of how much they've contributed to the society. For example, if you're a landlord who rents their apartment for $1,000, for example, then if you raise the price to 2,000, all of a sudden you're getting twice the money for contributing the same amount, or contributing even less because now you're basically also taking away the funds from the society. So
yeah.
that's the reason for why capitalism always tends to suck so much. It's because that it's just rewarding people not for contributing to society, only for gaining money, for gaining profit. And you also, another thing which is awful is how companies are made nowadays, where you don't have an owner, you have shareholders. You have shareholders which pick the board of directors. And now you end up with a system like, let's for example say that a company, some employee, right, in a company has a choice. If they say yes, then the company will earn $1 million, but 10 people will die. If they say no, then company will lose $1 million, but those 10 people will live. What are they supposed to do? Well, if they say no to save those people, then all of a sudden there's a problem. They're going to cost the company $1 million. So instead of choosing yes or no, they're going to just relay the question to their superiors. Obviously, it's a very important question. It's worth millions of dollars. Now, the superiors have the exact same problems. What are they going to do? They're going to relate it to their own superiors and just keeps on going until it reaches the highest possible point, at which you have two options. Like board of directors, you have two options. Either accept and make $1 million for the company, or say no and get replaced. Because, well, companies, and now the issue is that most companies are made with shareholders, and shareholders, there are too many goddamn shareholders most of the time to actually treat them like a person, like separate people. You have to treat them as a group of shareholders, and they most of the time, or even sometimes even companies are responsible for owning other companies, and because of that they won't really care about the specifics of the decision, like the moral implications of killing 10 people. Only they will care about the fact that you lost them $1 million. They won't look in that deep. And what gets really tricky, okay, in this example it's pretty obvious, right? You killed 10 people, but it gets more tricky. For example, how would you save this $1 million? Well, for example, you could use a material which is cheaper, but it could possibly be could possibly cause cancer, for example.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, in order to actually get into it, it's very nuanced, it's very difficult to answer, and you could actually kill people if you switch. But if you don't, then an argument of, well, it could be dangerous isn't enough to justify massive profits losses. So you basically end up with massive corporations having crazy lot of money, crazy lot of wealth, crazy lot of power, who will not work to make human lives better. They will just work to get more profits.
Yeah. Incentivized to not care about humans, at least as a whole.
Yeah, and that's why we should all be communists, and we should all give all the power to an AI which would be ruling over all of us.
I mean,
Power.
that's not a bad idea. I
Yeah.
think, there would probably be an amalgam. I think we definitely will want to use AI, not necessarily a large language model, but I think that will be the de facto method in the
AGI
future.
would be lovely.
Yeah.
I love distillation. I know we have distillation of knowledge.
No.
So the
What is
basic
that?
idea,
Regen?
distillation of knowledge basically looks like this. Let's say you create an AI, right, with a perfectly aligned goal. So the goal is spot on what you want, just spot on. Then what you can do if you want to, but so you create this AI, but you have a problem, which basically the idea looks like this. You created this AI, but you created it for the exact purpose of only getting the goal right, and because of that, it's an extremely small AI. And because of that, it's not that intelligent. So the most reasonable solution is just to just start over with a larger model, right? And that's where
Yeah.
distillation comes into play, where what you can basically do is you can create a larger model, and then you can use the smaller model as training data. And because of that, you don't actually have to do any tricks with the training data, to make sure that the larger model will be aligned, because you can use the smaller model to teach the larger model, which basically means that,
Okay.
and the thing is, you can repeat this process. So once you create a perfectly aligned AGI, then this AGI could teach itself forever with no limit. Because once it reaches the limits of size, like once the AI of a certain size is already perfectly intelligent, so to speak, then you can just create a larger AGI and have it teach itself on the smaller one. And then you could actually downsize it too. So you can also create. You can also. This also goes the other way, where you can basically from larger
These
AGIs.
spiders are so annoying. Oh my god.
We can from larger AGIs
Just
another size without losing intelligence.
sorry, I'm trying to run for my life and not
Don't
die.
worry. Basically, all I'm saying is that once we create a non-misaligned AGI, then we're getting it into a turning into something hyper intelligent would be easy.
Well, I would argue that you could use some kind of foundational model to, without an AGI, still create a method to parse large amounts of data and to get a consensus, to help people get a consensus. Like, because if an AI can understand a concept, it's not AGI. Like, it just says, hey, this is all the data, this is how to look at it, then have humans vet it, like 1,000 humans. And if we keep on vetting it and it still seems good, and it's just like, yeah, we should listen to the AI. It's not an AGI, but it parsed all this data. This is the output, and all that we can see is that it's going down that direction. And if it's not AGI, it's better because it could also trick us. Or I guess that would be ASI, a type of. But I think that large language models are already smarter than humans in certain capacities. Not in all capacities, but in a couple of it is.
I mean,
So,
to say that
but
they are smarter than humans is actually not that surprising, because, well, most AIs are smarter than humans in some regards. Like Stockfish, for example.
Yeah,
Stockfish
yeah.
isn't even machine learning AI, it's an algorithm. But it's smarter than humans at playing chess.
yeah,
So at this point, it's not about like making AI smarter than humans. It's just about making AI smarter than humans at more and more complex tasks. Which
and what
means
this
that
perfect
if
at,
you
especially
narrow,
machine learning, is multidimensional problems.
yeah. So if you narrow
Where
down,
is the place I was working at? Do you know? Where you
scan for
pointed at that
coal,
iron?
scan for coal, and
Uh,
southeast.
I am scanning for coal, and I am southeast.
Yeah, it's.
Southeast of you?
Never mind. Go right. Go west. It's west of you.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I thought.
southwest. Wait, west? No, it's yeah, it's
West,
southwest.
south, southwest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry
There
to
we go.
interrupt you.
That's precisely direction. No, don't worry. Well, all of the automated wirings are now done, which means now all we need is. I'm just gonna set up a merger. I'm missing iron rod.
But you-
Iron rod. That's what I'm missing.
Solve America AI, and then put in all the information and see what it pops out.
And then all of a sudden it gives you something like, I don't know. I can't even think of a crazy enough example for it to be unrealistic.
Start a coup. Start a coup.
And then it'll become
That's a-
French. It's the craziest I can come up with.
Yeah.
Change, and all of a sudden, like, all the solution to all problems would be to change the name from America to America. And all of
Yeah.
a sudden, all the problems would be solved. Like butterfly effect, just change the name and America
Oh, that'd
becomes
be
the best country in existence. It already is. No.
You're just saying that because you're gonna emigrate here someday.
I don't think I will actually. I wanted to. Okay, something I always say. Perfectly, like my perfect state would be when I would have a business in America and I would live in Europe. That would be ideal for me.
Yeah. I want to go to Prague. That's where I'd live.
Actually, I mean, I suppose you can. Although I'm a
I think
globalist,
that's
so
my
don't listen
retirement
to me.
plan. That's my retirement plan, though. So what do you put inside of a foundry? Just the
Coal and iron. I'm a globalist, so I really don't have any strong connection to any place where I live. For me, moving is only a matter of money, and when I say money, I don't mean like, also moving with some additional funds to make sure that I won't die. Only, I just need enough money to afford the first month of living. And then I'm gonna figure it out. If not, then crime is always an option, I suppose.
resorting to crime. Awesome. I'm getting there. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Iron is always so annoying because there's so many things you have to craft out. That's my video doing.
Okay. It's creating steel. Why does it say it's idle? Production. Oh, it's probably because the other stuff hasn't come yet. Yes, okay. It's on its way. Well, I finally made another steel area.
Yeah. Alright. Now, in the top right corner, you can see our progress on the space elevator.
Okay.
So this is just slowly filling up.
And what is the industrial storage?
It's
48
storage
slots.
which has two inputs, two outputs, and more space. So you can input into it stuff at double the speed, and output at double the speed.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can use it actually as a better splitter if you want, or a better merger too. If you want to merge two things together, then industrial storage is better, because first of all it provides a buffer, and second of all it outputs double too. So actually, no, I don't know what that would be, but it provides a buffer.
Oh. How do you, oh, okay, yeah, cool. That's cool that you can just upgrade the things.
Yeah. Satisfactory is very satisfactory, I've got to say. We're still having a run of power, by the way. I am surprised. I was full on expecting us to run out.
So yeah, so I'm producing steel.
So what would be the next step? Well, next step would be... wait, I suppose. I mean,
Finally got my rotors too.
we can. I mean, at this
I
point,
can run the steel all the way to our main base. No, that's what trains are for.
yeah, I feel like we should reuse trains for that. But I've made a hyper tube. So I can show you what a hyper tube does if you want.
Yeah.
Alright, so if you go back to base for a second, just pick up some rotors. And pipes. Alright, so you're there?
I'm walking there now. I upgraded the conveyor belts, even though I probably didn't need to do that.
I mean, we will hopefully have enough steel beams.
Those iron are producing 100 per minute each. The ore deposits.
That's powerful stuff.
Don't be too enthusiastic. Okay, I'm at the base.
Alright, let me just look into it.
Oh, wow, yeah. Why is only one? Oh, you only need one going to it?
Hold on, where you at? You're over
Versatile
there.
frame.
That's where you are. Alright.
Oh, it needs modular frames, but it's not getting any because there's one missing from this.
It's not good. Oh, damn it. There we go. I even put the module frameworks now. That's why it was going so slow. That explains it.
Yeah.
Just set up a storage container. conveyor has an invalid shape. I'll give you an invalid shape. Invalid shape. You're an invalid shape. Burn. There we go. And now into this, just modular frames and sick. Alright, let me show you the this way, yep. So here we have a hypertube.
Oh yeah. Let's game it out was using those.
Yeah. To break the game, and then you can just jump in, and it's quick. It's really quick.
Ooh.
Yeah, so this is basically
And it's safe.
Yeah, it's absolutely safe. It's quick. This is the go-to travel for players. I'm pretty certain. I'm decently certain that it has the same speed as trains. Well, probably sometimes gets faster.
Fun.
Does it have to, okay, it has to be powered from both sides, which is certainly a hiccup. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, that was very fun.
Time to walk back. And basically, we want to go this way and along the shoreline, and then at some point we'll reach plastic. And once we'll reach plastic, we'll have actually we'll have everything we'll need. Why is there this? Hold on, am I seeing that right? There's a smelter who that isn't plugged to power, nor is it enabled, nor is it connected to anything, but it's still getting iron.
Nice.
It's just chilling. So yeah, just, at this point we mostly have to wait for the space elevator. So
Okay, so those frames will be made faster at least.
which ones?
The middle ones, 288 and 500.
Yeah. Well, they should be faster, yeah.
Oh, nice. That's what's cool about Space Elevator. You can just plug things into it.
Yeah, that's why it gives us basically direct progress, which I like.
This one's idle.
Which ones I do?
This one right here. It's making automated wiring. Oh, we already made it all, but it needs one stator cable. Oh, this is storage. Nothing's coming into this. Got it.
Damn it! Why do pipes keep? Oh, because they have to be right here. So this. Oh, I got it. All right. I'm a smart boy. I figured out. This is the way it has to go. Sick. Cool. And now, oh yeah. Now what I wanted to do.
What's making the stators? Oh, we don't need
Nothing.
Okay.
We don't have status automated. We do have quite a lot of components which aren't getting made though, which could be a problem. Status, motors, MKs, industrial beams, heavy modular frames.
So why don't we turn some of these? Did you turn all these into MK2s already?
The
miners?
the minus, no. No, because back when I went there, we haven't unlocked MKs industrial beams yet. Now we can.
Okay.
I mean, you can.
I don't know if that would help us at all.
Yeah, I mean, sure, they should double our our production. We can have like a central hub, central travel hub, where all of the hypertubes would connect.
Is there, so there's not like an MK2 smelter, you just have to use multiple smelters?
I don't know actually. If there is, I don't think I've reached one.
This
But
is
you can unlock better recipes, so I'm pretty certain you could also like melt them better. I don't know.
What's the thing where we can use extra resources?
A sink,
stuff? I know that
yes,
this-
fix it sink. In special
Because this
awesome
storage
sink.
is full.
In storage awesome sink. That's where you can find it. In special awesome sink, sorry.
$15 plates.
It's actually really cheap. Where should I build this?
Yeah.
I think right here looks fine enough. Right here looks mighty fine.
Whoa.
I like the music actually. Feels right.
So what do you do? What does it do?
You just pump into it stuff and it gives you money. There's just like a blueprint maker where you can basically make blueprints. So you can set up a machine, you can turn it into a blueprint, and then you can just paste in that blueprint. So for example, you could make like a, I don't know, a machine, well not a machine, only like a, with foundations, like a building where in which you would plug in 120 coal per minute and 120 iron per minute, and then you could paste that every single time you have a coal and iron deposit.
Okay.
And that way,
That's pretty cool.
and you know that way that should speed up things, because then you could build the let me just find it. And then you could build the steel factory only once and then paste it in every single time. And we can unlock this if we want. Isn't that crazy expensive?
Okay. What are DNA points?
From dead animals, you get different items, and you can turn them into protein, and then you can turn protein into DNA, and then you can track that DNA in there, and then you can turn into more money. Basic idea is you can't automate killing animals, so you get more points for them because you actually have to do it manually. Yeah. Okay, now we're really close. This one creates 2 per minute. No, we want that to be faster, which means we want to also plug into the second. Can I make like a second assembler around here? No, just leave an assembler be and then come back to it with it having created 70 billion smart platings. You can't reuse them. Ah, screw it, I'll use this one. Oh, that's one. Okay. Which means that we want to unplug this. We want to give it like 1/3. We want to give this one a half. And we want to give that one 1/3. And here we go.
We got a coupon.
Yeah, sick. So now what we can do is we can also set up an awesome shop for which we, well, funny enough, we need 200 screws. So I'm missing. Alright, yeah. Awesome shop right here, and then you can just use that coupon to buy stuff. You can buy a coffee cup.
What?
Yeah.
A coffee cup?
Yeah.
That's it?
No, wait, no, you can also buy other stuff. Like, better kinds of stuff.
Oh, okay. Conveyor ceiling mount. Double ramp set. Oh, that's cool. That's a good idea for the game. I like this mechanic.
Yeah. It is nice.
We got 2 coupons. We're not gonna have any extra.
If you input more complex components, then you get more coupons too. So I suppose the end goal is to basically mine every single thing, turn it into the most complex kind of component, and just dump it into the shop.
Okay.
I guess that.
So now I want to do the MK2s. So I need miners. And what's this? Encased industrial beam.
Yeah, so that's
Okay.
the. Okay, so right now I'm pretty certain the most complex component is. The most complex component is the heavy modular frame. Which, yeah. And heavy modular frame is kind of all of the iron and steel together. Actually, not kind of.
Okay.
You can actually, okay, we will need to, at some point in the future, we will need to automate heavy modular frame. And if you press O, then you have all the parts listed, and you can see just how annoying heavy modular frame will be to do.
Okay.
Yeah, for the heavy modular frame, we'll have to centralize everything, and then when everything is centralized, only then we'll probably start crafting heavy modular frames. Because I mean, look at this. This is awful.
Yeah. Okay, so I need. Yeah. The mess is nice. I like the mess. Not enough space in inventory. Okay.
Okay, 6 per minute, which means less than 10 minutes, right? What about these? 5 per minute, which means if I do this, that would be 20 minutes. Still a long time.
Those frames and one of those things. Mini frames. 8 and 1.
10 per minute, which means 11 minutes.
Oh, stuff in the inventory.
We're actually 11 minutes away from getting the space elevator.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's not much time at all.
Yeah.
Modular. Oh, there's a little crate underneath it. Okay. Now. Cool. I upgraded one of the miners at least. Don't know if it's going to help at all. I think it has a bottleneck here. Where are these?
Basically, it's a game of endless bottlenecks. Like, you always have a
Yeah.
bottleneck somewhere.
And you can't upgrade the constructors.
No. But you can speed them up with power shards. So you can make them
How do I
up
do
to
that?
2 times faster. Or even more than 2 times faster. Power slugs. You can turn them into power shards and then you can plug in the power shards and then these speed up the thing.
Hmm.
But it takes more energy, but then it takes more energy to operate. Well, I guess that shouldn't be a problem.
Man, these conveyor belts are fast.
Yeah, and that's only Mark 3.
What does it go up to?
I think 5. I mean, okay, at least 5 the last time I checked. Five can transmit, I think, 1,000 items.
So when you buy stuff with the coupons, they're like permanent. You can make them then, or they're just a one-time use item.
Depends on the item.
Hmm.
What kind of item do you want to buy?
There's a factory cart. It looks cool.
Oh, factory card is really fun. Would recommend.
It's 10 coupons.
That's probably the best item in the shop. It's
Only
unbelievably
10
fun.
coupons. Oh, it goes up in complexity. Okay, what's this bottleneck? Got those. Oh, and they're turning into. Probably create another one. That's an assembler, constructor. Well, I better get going soon, though. What do we want to finish something before I take off?
We could get the space
11
later.
minutes.
I think it's gonna
Awesome.
be less than 11 minutes. What I'm seeing right now, it could be, wait, we're making 15 versatile, because versatile frameworks, the middle ones are gonna be the bottleneck, and we're making 15 of them per minute. So it's 4 minutes. Need only 5 of these. So it's gonna be this one, 2, 3.
Hmm.
And 30 more seconds. Damn it, I'm always so excited for trains. I don't know why they're so late in the game. Which is annoying because last time I said, well, next time we're gonna do trains. And this time I'm also gonna say next time we're gonna, but this time we really are going to do trains next time.
I believe it.
Because from the moment we'll start, it will be like, we'll need only oil. That's all we'll need. And we won't need to set up some sort of massive elaborate system for oil. We'll just need to set up the bare minimum basics.
Have you automated rebar?
No.
I just did.
Yeah, just turn it off. Ain't that convenient?
Sweet. Rebars automated. Right on top of the concrete. See, it makes sense.
Right, I'm slowly turning off all the assemblers. Look how close we are.
Super close. And left. 2.
1, 2, 3.
Why are
4,
all these
5,
pipes
6.
coming in? We need all these pipes?
Defta! Oh, I miscounted,
You did it?
didn't I? I miscounted.
Yeah, we still have 5 left on the middle, 2 on the left.
Yeah, I miscounted. I'm missing 2 smart plates. Oops. And we need just these 2 to finish operating. There we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
Send it! Oh. Oh. There we go. That's actually the furthest I've gotten. I mean, I
That's awesome.
upgraded the hub a bit more, but yeah. Hold on, let's see. Let me just see what we'll get. We'll get oil processing, so all the things that we get from oil. Gas mask, which means that you finally won't have to worry about the gas. Yeah, that sounds convenient. Fluid transport, alternative fluid transport. We'll get manufacturer, which is basically automated creation thing, but for 4 items instead of 2. A truck, which just looks really cool. Some components, and then conveyor belt Mark IV, and fuel generator, jetpack, monorail technology. Heck yeah!
Like,
It's actually really laid in. I'm kind of scared of that. And pipeline engineering, which is boring. The point is, trains and gas mask and jetpack. So yeah. Next time we'll build an actual like centralized base. Really, like that was fun. Let me save first. Almost trains. What am I gonna call it? Cool. Now we have automated ammo too.
this is cool.
And you can also automate better ammo if you want from quartz. But we need to bring quartz here, so. Anyhow, that was fun.
Yes.
I'm tired. And so the week
Me too.
begins. Well then, I suppose for now will be it. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.